10 this week, we have Kiss Daniels Aljana featuring Bella Shmurda and Odumodu Black, which fell from number 8 to number 10 this week. Okay. And then at number 9, we have J Horse's Gold featuring Ashake, which rises to a new peak of number 9 after drawing 1.35 million on-demand streams, making it number 9 on streaming, 44.3 million in radio airplay, making it number 14 on radio. It is J Horse's second top 10 entry on the official singles chart, joining Cloak and Dagger from 2022, and this would be his first entry as a lead artist. And now, dropping from number 7 to number 8, we have Young John's Cheche featuring Ashake. Okay. At number 7 this week, Benson's Lie Me rockets into the top 10 at number 7 after tallying 1.66 million on-demand streams, making it number 6 on streaming, and 49.1 million in radio airplay impressions, making it number 9 on radio. And dropping from number 5 to number 6 this week is Shay Vibes Pressure. And also dipping from number 4 to number 5 this week is Olamide's Billionaires Club with Darko and Wizkid after it peaked at number 2 on the TTC charts. Okay. At number 4 this week, we have Benson's Very Soon featuring Fola. It returns to its peak at number 4 on the top 100, following the first full week of tracking of Captain album. The song drew 2.31 million on-demand streams, making it number 3 on streaming, and 45.3 million in radio reach, making it number 12 on radio. Okay. Quick rundown again. At number 10, we had Aljana. At number 9, we had Gold by J Horse. At number 8, we had... at number 9, we had Gold by J Horse. At number 8, we had Cheche. At number 7, we had Lie Me. At number 6, we had Pressure. At number 5, we had Billionaires Club. At number 4, we had Benson's Very Soon. Now, coming in at number 3, after topping the chart, is Davido's With You featuring Omale, which is holding a spot for another week. The song led the chart for 6 non-consecutive weeks, and With You tallied 84 million in radio airplay to lead the radio chart for a total of 12 weeks. So, at number 2 this week, we have Olamide's 99 featuring Ashake Delcom, Shay Vibes, and Young John, which slipped from number 1 to number 2 after topping the chart for 3 consecutive weeks, which means the number 1 song this week, my jam personally, is from none other than you people's favorite Migwo boys, Ewo. Famous Pluto's Ewo featuring Zeri DL and Shali Poppy rises to number 1 for the first time ever on this week's official Nigeria Top 100.
Crazy.
The song tallied 3.65 million on-demand streams, making it number 1 on streaming, and 60 million in radio reach, making it number 5 on radio. As a result, it becomes the first career number 1 entry for both Famous Pluto and Zeri DL. Shali Poppy now ends his 5th number 1 entry with Ewo joining Cast, ASAP, Juju, and Benin Boys.
Massive.
So Shout out to the Migwo boys.
Massive.
Boys.
And they will still come another hit on that project. So that was Susu song.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That song too is mad. All right, man. We have the most anticipated album possibly this year. Well, one of, I would say. It's been out since Friday. Since Friday, and I'm sure many of you have had time to experience it. We'll kick the conversation and keep it cute as usual. Did anyone want to go first?
Yes, please. I will be starting.
Man said as usual.
Wait.
God, I beg.
Please, let's keep it cute.
Like, I'm begging you people. I'm begging you people.
Taj, it's always cute here, man. What are you saying?
Like, please, Miss God, I'm using to beg you. I will be starting off this agenda. First of all, you people disrespect me so much. Somebody said that you actually listen to the album. Yes, what do you people think I am? Like, if there was any album that I wouldn't listen to, it won't be this one. Come on, let's start from there. First things first. Welcome back to Odogu Burna Boy. We are very happy to have you in our midst with another album. More than anything, I think the most exciting thing about this album is that he's going on tour, which means once again I will be there. So that is definitely a highlight for me. Now, dive into this album. No signs of weakness. To be honest, I think what it is that the album achieved its goal. It achieved its purpose. He's a man of many faces, of many characters, doing many sounds and testing many things. The entire album is his experiment to show he can do it all. And it achieved that. So if we are calculating based on, did he achieve his goal? He definitely did. So that part, I won't even let anybody argue that one. That man came and did exactly what he said he was doing. The album cover told you, his interviews told you, everything he's been talking about throughout has told you that this is what he wanted to do, and he went ahead and he did it. Now, how do I feel about the album? I don't give numbers to album, and I don't think today is the day I'm going to start. I will say it is not in my top 2 or 3 Burna albums. I will say that much. But it is not a bad album. I do think the arrangement is a lot of problem. The way they arranged the album is a problem. And I think it then contributes to the issue where some people are like, oh, what is the theme of this album? The theme of the album is there's no theme. Find the one that applies to you and carry it. Like, that part, I'm not even going to give room. Anybody can say there's no theme, but that's your business because he already told you what the theme was. He's literally experimenting. But what I will say is they could have arranged the sequencing. They could have arranged the songs better. That much I will say. But if you come here and tell me what is the theme of the album, they didn't arrange it to follow a theme. They already gave you the theme and they fulfilled that. Don't come here and discredit what they told you they were going to do from the beginning. As far as the songs, I think No Panic is a very heavy intro. I won't lie to you people. That man said, mash your head with Timberland. That's crazy. I'm coming for you.
Wait, Bella, is your mic getting fried?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Is it just me? Or?
I think it might be you. Can everybody else hear me? Just making sure.
There's another sound somewhere there. I don't know.
Yeah, chopped.
It's tap.
Is it?
It's tap I'm hearing.
No, but
tap.
forget the tap.
Can you hear me?
Her mic is choppy too. Like,
Can you
sounded
hear
a bit
me?
robotic.
You
No?
It was choppy for a bit, but we can hear you.
Okay, now you can hear me. Okay, I was saying the first song on the album, that intro, that man said he wants to match people with Timbaland. So that's crazy. I'm sorry to anybody that sees the under of that man's shoe. That's actually scary stuff. Scary. No Sign of Weakness. I actually like the song. I caught the Davido, like the Davido references.
Oh
in
yeah.
there. It was very interesting. Also, I didn't hear anybody point this out, but what I will say is that one of the things that I later noticed after listening to the album several times is that when he mentions the frog thing in No Sign of Weakness, he literally, like, you, if you pay attention, you can literally hear a frog croaking in the background.
No way.
So yeah, go back and listen to it. It's like on the frog line, you can hear a frog croaking in the background.
Interesting.
So
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go back to listen for that, man.
yeah, I think that one was again the first like two songs very aggressive, very in your face, very I'm a rapper. So that was nice. I think it's so funny because I have my favorite 3-song run on this album,
Which is?
and it's something that a lot of people, from what I'm hearing, apparently, God forbid, don't like these songs, which, what is wrong with you people? Ta Ta Ta, Come Gimme, and Dem Day. I don't care what you people say. There's nothing actually wrong with Come Gimme. I think the
That's
mixing...
sportive.
Okay, sure. Whatever you say there. If anything, the only issue I
just see
had
that
with
one
Come
coming, that's
Gimme... The only issue I had with Come Gimme is I think the mixing was a little off, but otherwise the song was pretty it was pretty straightforward story. The girl is asking, when should I pull up? When should I bring girls? And he's saying, yeah, come and give me those girls and the things that come with the girls. And I think it's a cute enough song. It's not for everybody, and that's fine. I was just surprised that apparently I didn't realize people hate the song as jarring. If anything, I just thought they didn't mix it well. That's all. But yeah, that's my favorite 3-song run. I really liked Ta Ta Ta. Ta 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 is like, you have to be bopping that song in your car and club. It goes heavy. Like when when they have that line before Travis verse, when Travis goes and starts singing about Yash, like very random, but I love it. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with the song. I thought 28 grams was funny, but it was a reminder that all of you should not do cocaine. Please, cocaine is not the drug for you people to be doing.
That was the PSA, Abby.
Kabiesi was interesting. I was waiting for him in the middle of him shouting Kabiesi. I was waiting for him to shout Eshe. That's what I was waiting for him to shout, but he didn't shout that, so that was interesting. Okay, now the next 3-song run, and this is where the arrangement now becomes a bit of a problem. We got Empty Chairs, followed by Update, followed by Pardon, followed by Bundle by Bundle. Yeah, the arrangement of this album is very confusing. Emmanuel, on your stream, you were asking if this was like a Mick Jagger sample. No, it's not a Mick Jagger sample. Mick Jagger wrote that line for this song specifically. Like, it was, and I think like Burna also talked about the fact that like the collab came about because he was somewhere with Naomi Campbell and she introduced him to Mick Jagger.
Right.
And Mick Jagger like wrote this specifically for the album. I think it's for people that have never listened to his stuff, it's weird to hear him on the song. I think it's gonna be forever jarring. I think it would have been fair to have him either just at the beginning or at the end. It's almost like you need a version without him, because I get what the point was, but it doesn't work essentially for the audience. But then again, like he came here to try things, and if you people don't like it, like he's just proving he can do it. Different faces, different Burna, whatever. Putting the king that is Stromae in the middle of update and bundle by bundle. That was a choice. I just want to say that was a choice. I'm also blaming some of my listening experience on Spotify, but there were a lot of things from like throughout the whole album that just didn't sound right per se, but that's just I'm blaming it on Spotify. Like, that's a Spotify thing. I don't know if it was the mixing, I don't know if it was the production, I don't know what it was, but there were just some things that didn't like add up per se. But putting Pardon in the middle of update and bottle by bottle, a choice. I really, really like Born Winner. That was a fabulous song. And he did a whole interview where he was talking about the fact that, like, y'all don't ask Damson Idris why he's not staying on Snowfall for 15, 16 seasons. Like, you let him go and act other movies. So why do you want Burna to make the same music over and over again? Like,
wait, was that even a conversation before? Like, what was the complaint like people were having?
He said that everybody is talking about the sound of the album and how the fact that a lot of people are complaining either about genre or about how like one album doesn't sound the same as the next one. And he needs everybody to understand that he's not ever going to make the same album twice. And he's going to keep making different things. And nobody has a problem with actors acting different kinds of movies. Yeah. So you shouldn't have a problem.
No, I absolutely get his response. I actually get his response. And his response is very valid, and they have to wait to respond. It's just the question of like who was saying this or what was this.
Doesn't even exist. Don't worry, Emmanuel. We'll cook him. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, all of you can be angry. All of you can be mad. All of you.
Why are you on some baby? How do you know everybody's angry? How do you know?
Because you have been cutting me off since. Mind you, when is your turn? You will talk.
No, I am starting your pick. That's what I did.
Yeah. Let me finish my own pick. When you do your own,
all right. Beloma is just about to.
Thank you very much. I'm not done.
Yeah.
But yes, yeah. If he wants to make, we'll let him make whatever he wants to make. Like,
yeah, man.
Leave him alone.
Of course.
Let the man make what he wants to make. If you have a problem with it, have a problem with it. But also, you cannot tell me what song to like. I cannot tell you what song to like.
Absolutely,
You like your own song.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, but we can minus your aura, though.
Absolutely.
That's fine.
Sorry, but I love you, but
relax.
Let's
finish. Let her finish, please. So we can.
Have you people finished? Okay. Yeah. That's my thing. Definitely not his best body of work.
So curious, where did you place this in the discography for you so far? I know it might be too early to call, but
I would say if I have to look at all his stuff, I told you it's not entering the top 3, Sha. I can't tell you that much. It's definitely not, but it's probably somewhere like towards the bottom, like the last portion of it. Yeah. But I think the reason why it's funny though is that when you talk about like placements for these kind of things, you're talking about like, oh, okay, this one is number 1, this one is number 2, and so whatever comes last is bad. But the problem is that this is somebody that cannot make a bad project. So it's actually not a bad project. It's just not his best project. Like, this project is still better than a lot of people's body of work. Let's be for real here. So it's not bad music. It's just...
Gotcha.
It's just meh Burna.
All right. Appreciate you for opening the conversation. There's a lot of things that even you brought up that I think we could raise as conversations at some point. But yeah, man, just to keep the ball rolling, we have Big Bad Rennie with us.
Actually, sorry, Emmanuel, can I drop my take and then bounce? I gotta go. Rennie, hope you don't mind.
Is up to Rennie, man.
Let me answer.
And a few people. Yeah.
Yes. Them quickly.
Okay. Please just give you your own.
Is Rennie here? I can't hear her.
Yeah, she is. She's good. She gave you a thumbs up. You're good.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think Burna. I think part of the reasons as I grew a bit older, why I also just really, aside from like when I was younger, it was more so I love Burna for the music he made, just generally that, and then got to a point where it's like, okay, he's a very intentional artist, right? He's very intentional about every single detail that he had, and then as he grew a bit further, like getting into Love Dominion, and I told them I respected him more for being the best fake deep guy, right? I think it's quite commendable when somebody can sell a narrative around, like now with African Giant, it felt real. Like we saw like the lead up to that happening, like it made sense, right? And Twice As Tall, the sentiment made sense. It was real. Now the other three projects after that were a lot more general, but he was good at still forming some form of story and plot around it. Like Love That Mean, they tried to do it around his birthday and just reflection about his life and how it has been. I told them they carried it was like a grand win for him. Where it's like, you know what, I told you this 8 or 6 albums ago, and I'm doing it now, right? No matter, even though it's not the deepest of thoughts, but it's still valid, right? Mm-hmm. I think this project is the first time that I can see through every single thing Burna did on this project, from the rollout to the narratives to the story. It's the most flat concept and the most obviously flawed concept he has ever tried to create, whether real or not real. And I think it might, just my own theory, it might mean a lot of things to where the music starts. I mean where the music stands in general, as a body of work, also in his catalog. I always say, like what Belema said the last time, is something I always say, you know, Burna doesn't have a bad project, so it's like he's some of his worst work generally still good enough, right? I think this is the first time where I can say that, no, this might be one of his worst work that might not be better than a lot of people's music. It's still good enough, but like it actually shows that he can actually maybe fall a bit below par for his own standards. But I feel like every other project he has dropped has been above his own standards. And I feel like this one might just be a bit under it, right? Which still places him in like a B-list level of great albums, but in general, like, I don't think that takes stance for this project. So I'll just, like I said, I just think if I'm to just even judge off the narratives and the things he's tried to paint and say about the project, I think a lot of things have fallen a bit short on this one, right? I mean, hearing him say things like, you can't be the same, but Burna has never been the same. Like, he's never been the same. I don't think anybody ever thought he has been the same. I don't know any album that there has been a specific sound. I don't, like, what is specific about Burna Boy in any album? I think probably the most specific sonic albums are African Giant and I Told Them, the hip-hop thing and the Kelpie thing, but even at that, it's still very much, you still go into those projects and you hear records like different.
He flexes his versatility every time, like.
Yeah, he's been like, it's always been so. You know, it's very interesting that he's talking about people. Once again, I just feel like there's not a lot to work with right now. And I think there hasn't been a lot to work with generally since Love Dominion, but they've been able to still find something. And I think this has been the weakest in terms of just narratives. In terms of the music, I think that sort of explains the music as well. I think this album felt like Burna made it on the fly. I don't know that there was a lock-in period. It doesn't feel like there was a lock-in period. There's a lot of just like basic things that Burna does, mistakes that I think like sonically that I don't think he makes. Like Burna barely has bad arrangements. I'm hearing songs here where it's like he's cutting verses abruptly. It's almost like they're trying to make do with what they have on the go, right? I think I could pick that up on a couple records. Even Them Day is a nice song. It's still potential hits, but it's like some verses just cut off abruptly. The structure of the song is not as free-flowing as I thought it would be. It felt like he just wanted to put every idea that he had that would make this a buzzing record into a 3 minute track, and they made it work somehow. I think that affected a couple other songs as well, like the other, the one that Benema says she likes. What's her name? Come Gimme as well. She said so. Just those little moments like that. My best moments on this project are 28 grams. I like the Pardon record with Stromae. I like Born Winner record. I like No Signs of Weakness just because I just like seeing Burna show that he, in terms of skill sets, he's just not anybody's mate, and I think that's what that record served for me. Just skill wise, he shows that, at least amongst his peers, just like there's nobody like GS, like he's not playing on the level. I think records like No Sign of Weakness is what core Burna fans would always hold on to, as that's why they love him. Like he just does things that bring your faves, they can't try it, right? So I think that serves that purpose. Aside from that, yeah, every other song, the singles, I don't think anything necessarily changed for me on the singles level. I still like Sweet Love just because I think that was great music that was made there. I know it's not the most utility type of record, but it definitely does its job. And then once again, Burna in general doesn't make bad albums. It's hard to see an album and say it's terrible. Although I would say that this is the first one where I feel like, you know what, maybe a couple more artists are gonna do better albums than you this year. And that is rare, because even with I Told Them, I still thought that was one of the best albums that year, right? And I know people didn't like I Told Them as much, but for this one, I would still say like even like a Benson, the project probably was better than this, and that's crazy for me to say, right? Because that's the god level I put Burna as an artist. Yeah. So generally, I think it's. I think generally, I don't want to say he sounds tired. He sounds distracted. He sounds distracted. He seems. I think if there's anything in music right now that is most exciting for him is the touring aspect of it. I think the creation of the music, they seem a bit. They're not locked in as they were before, and that's due to many things. He's rich as hell now. He has other priorities. He's busy. They're on road most of the time. I just hope that maybe. Sorry?
I was just on this your point. I still referenced the IG story where he put up
With the amount of money that
his passion for music will be tested.
Yes, so I just think the love for the creation of the music is not as present. It's not. I won't say it's not as present, but it's very. Maybe there's a bit of arrogance to it, which he has always been, because he's always been the best. But right now, it's like now that
somebody cannot have fun again. It has to be love.
No, I'm just saying what it is. I'm not saying he has to, right? He doesn't have to do anything. Just telling you that it kind of shows on the music that the love is just not. I don't think it's as present currently. It's not. He's not. At least he's not locking in. He's not sitting down with the music to an extent. It seems like they do it on the go. And then again, it comes with the busy schedule, it comes with the money, it comes with the fame, it comes with the lifestyle. Hopefully one day it will lock in. I think when artists get this busy, that's where you introduce writers. That's where you introduce camps, right? I don't know. It seems like Burna is very anti that. He's not.
Yeah, never.
He doesn't seem to really play in that world. And the truth is that at the end of the day, bro, no matter how much I think this guy is superb, he can't be superb. He's not going to be the best forever, right? He's not going to appeal to everybody forever. There was always going to be a point where people are going to say like, bro, you're human, right? And I think it's starting to show. Time to time, I think now he can work with other people, young people. I still don't understand how Burna doesn't have an artist in his label or somebody else.
Just say already, man. Sign away.
So I don't know why Burna doesn't have an artist in his label. I don't know why there's no other artist around him. I would just hope maybe one day he can get that around him. Generally, but yeah, that's my general take on the project. It's a very solid 6.5 for me. It's not as memorable. I don't hold it as much. I do hope records like Love. Oh shit, I forgot about Love. I hope records like Love take off at some point. Maybe Them Day seems like the most obvious choice. I don't think the other ones might take off, but there are songs that I love. At least I love it. Pardon, I love that record so much. Born Winner, it's an outro. I don't know how many people might have even gotten to that point of the album, but that's a great record as well. But yeah, that's my general take.
Right.
Once again, I just bring him up as being the best fake deep guy, but I don't think he's been able to relate or recent.
All right.
Burna Boy is the only one in his peers that can deliver a complete experience through music, and that's what makes him stand out. That's what makes him distinctive. That's what got him to where he was. Sorry, I'm going to model up all these albums a bit, but like when he released that album, the one that had Giza on it, and the one that had what was it called?
I
There was
Told
this
Them?
one that they had to. Yes, that album, that particular album. Even as a closeted hater and everything, you have to admit that that album was well thought out. It was well structured. It was well put together. It was what an album essentially should be. And then the live performance was just elevated it. There's a particular live performance that made me go and listen to like the entire album. That was where he performed this one with the talking drums.
Was it normal?
Something yeah. Sometimes no go Milama. That particular record, that was the one that had me like listening to the whole thing on repeat, like catch things, all these things. Fine. Using this particular album, this one that he has just released, is painfully subpar for a Burna album, and it's a shame because he has made all this noise, he has said all these things. Like that cannot be what you have. That cannot be all. It really cannot be all, which is why I agree with Taj when he said a lot of the verses sound incomplete. The technical arrangement of the album is very off. I don't know if it's like they didn't listen to their A&Rs, or they just did not listen to like their professionals and their camp. It just felt like they just threw things together and gave AI, and then AI just gave us that album, that this is what a Burna Boy album is. You can experiment and still make a success of it. Whiskey did it twice with R&B. He did it with More Love, Less Ego, and he did it with Mariah. That's just what it is. Like, it is Burna Boy. There is a world of advantage that Burna Boy has when it comes to create. I think Burna Boy was even the one that sparks this conversation of, being an album type artist. You know, when an artist is able to put a complete album with a theme, with a disc, it was Burna Boy. Because prior to that, I don't know if it was just me, but prior to that, what we used to describe as a good album was album that had hits, albums that had bangers. That was where Olamide excelled. If you remember, there was this, I think it was this Ayome Weather album, where damn near every single on the album was a hit, was a banger. Like everything was just like up tempo. Burna Boy was one of those people that when they came into the industry, albums started to have themes, they started to have meaning, they started to have all these things, which I really agree with her when he said this fake deep thing that he was doing that year, it was really working for him. But with this particular album, it's like there can be a lot more. Do you know what I mean? Like there can be a lot more, and then it just feels painfully incomplete. Starting from turning the issue of Car and Sophie to like a whole song, which is so weird because usually these niggas like just do like maybe a couple of disses on the album and keep it pushing. You now sat down, you now thought that on an album that is supposed to be showing your own lyrical and technical prowess, the best thing that you can do for yourself as the big three that you are is to dedicate a whole song to foolishness. I say, what a life.
No,
I say,
do.
But there's more to that already. There's more to that.
Yeah, I mean, come on,
Okay.
you can't-
Wait. Let him finish and then we respond.
No, do
They've
not
watched
do.
in command. I say, what a life. That's one. Then two, all these claims, like obviously there's been a lot of, I won't say tension, but there's been a lot of debate between, since Mariah dropped, everybody has been like, let everybody else drop their album. Maybe no. Now, is this year that we are now knowing? Is this year that we are just knowing? I was so happy when the first week numbers dropped because you people made a lot of noise. You said there's nothing that you people did not say. Now look at. There's nothing that you people did not say from all camps, all parties involved, nothing that anybody did not say. And yeah, back to what Tad said again, this is the point where they need to get writers. When Buju was on that label or whatever and everything, it would have been such a perfect arrangement, such a neat and tidy. But this is actually the point where they need writers, like producers, like a different set of, I don't know, they just really need to lock in. And I feel like that's one thing that Morayo had, and even Made in Lagos had, and made it stand out so well. That's why you're hearing artists like Alo. Like, what's concern Alo and Wizkid on another? Like, if you were listening to Alter that year, and then like Wizkid separately, it is not something that you would put the dust together. You have to know that this person, he has thought far and wide. For him to get a Ewa on his album, for him to get Alo, for him to get all these people, he has so far. I feel like Burna Boy is in that stage of his career where it is either you get like co-writers, or you really, really lock in, or you go and do what all these olden days legends used to do, that they go and do live
But he got
performances
a big ego.
of their greatest hits,
Harvey.
and they will put it to an album. like he has a lot of songs that would go crazy, like live performance. Look at that live performance that he did. The ones with the talking drums. Like I keep saying these things. These things keep doing TikTok versions of the same bloody song. Like every song has like 5 TikTok versions. They will do slow version, sped up version, house music version. But the live versions, like the ones that with live instruments, because this is what makes it Afrobeats. The live instruments, the talking drums, all these performances, all these things. If you inculcate these things properly into your music, that's an album already. Like, what are you talking about? And then the arrangement of the album again is really irking me because again, Burna Boy he's one of those people that arranges his albums properly from top. It felt like something that's just say, oh, maybe they just give him, let they just submit and give label, make it not be like say give him album this year. That kind of, and it's very disappointing. Because after all the talk, after all the international, after all the touring, after all this thing, that cannot be all you have. No, maybe there's a deluxe somewhere that will change my mind or a performance that will change, but that cannot be all. Like it cannot be. You have to be whining me. It really cannot be all. So I don't know, man. It's just like, hey, what's going on here? Like this cannot. Let's start saying Bess's album may be even better than that album. Yes, because it's properly presented, it's properly packaged.
Like you said, it's probably still like probably 20 feet away from Burna right now, potentially.
No, I did my house.
Oh, you did your house, okay. All right, man. How's your vinyl, man?
Yeah, I got it signed.
It's fire, man.
Okay.
You got it signed?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I got it signed.
Nice. That's dope.
One thing I would just say is slander him. Attack. No. It's not. Let's slander him. Let's boo the album. Let's throw tomatoes at it. But slight remarks or the passive aggressive remarks irks me so much. About you say, Burna is the best thing since sliced bread, but this album is doo-doo garbage. Just. I mean, let's just leave that aside. Let's just call the album what you want to call it. Let's call it poo-poo. But one thing I would say is, if you just started listening to Burna today, and the first album you listen to is No Sign of Weakness, and then you go and then you listen from No Sign of Weakness in order back to I Told Them, to Love Damini, Twice as Tall, and African Giant, and this is your first time listening to Burna, I can assure you No Sign of Weakness will be your best album. And then if you, like unlike everyone on this space, if you are listening from the order we all grew up with Burna, from the Spaceship, Redemption, the Born Identity and co, you would obviously align with the African Giant and Twice as Tall Burna. And I think it's the same. It's this feeling that's been going on whenever I release this new album, because we were here when I Told Them drop. I heard more skating review on I Told Them. Love Damini, that was the first time I heard a review in my life, and I had to go and open dictionary, and it came from no other person than our brother, Mr. Joey. I think that was one of the first album he reviewed, and he said he used some words that I was like, yo. I had to go and check dictionary that time, and this was in 2022 when he just started the review on Twitter. And then, so it feels like every album he drops would continue to be, in our perspective, will continue to be worse than the other one, because there is this, I don't want to use the word standard, but there is this lens we still look at him, and I'm still looking at him with the African Giant lens, and no matter what he does, we're still going to judge him based on African Giant. And the truth of the matter is, even Burna cannot make African Giant again. It's one of those albums where he even said it was in the spur of the moment. He had an album prepared to be released called Reckless and Sweet, and then the whole Coachella thing happened, and he said he was in a hotel room, and they made about 6 tracks on the album, and then they kept going with the flow, and it's one of those albums where you can't sit down and say you want to make an African Giant album again. It's like capturing lightning in a bottle. So I don't think that would ever happen again. So this is Burna, and this on this album particularly. I don't want to digress. I was watching the live reaction with Emma, and the one thing he said I agree with was the sequencing. and that was one of the things that put me off on the album. I really, I think it's a good album. I really like it, even more than the last one. But the sequencing keeps putting me off, especially towards the end with the bundle, with the updates, pardon, bundle, change your mind, and the outro. I don't understand the placements. I really don't. I felt like Bondo would have done better after Tatata or before Tatata. And I think updates would have been perfect after KBSC or before KBSC rather. I felt like Pardon should have been left where it was alongside songs like Sweet Love. Because Pardon, I keep going back to the song because I don't want to sound like a Stromae fan account because Stromae is magnificent. Anyone that knows him, that listened to his last album in 2022, Multitude,
yeah,
knows who Stromae is. And this guy, he produced, I think he produced the album. So if you watch his, there's a video online of how he makes beats. He makes everything from scratch. Every instrument, every piano, every shekere you hear on the beat, he makes it from scratch. And he's a very, if you watch it, there's a little bit of documentary they made about him. He's a very particular guy. He sees music as art. He's one of those few people that sees music the way it is. He creates music like he's like an artist is drawing or like a chef is cooking, like a painter is painting. That's how he sees music. He sees the stroke. He sees everything. And I'm sorry to glaze Stromae on this face, but yeah, that's who this guy is. And I won't be surprised if he wrote the whole song, including Bronner's part or part of it, because you just saw immediately I heard the song, I was like, yo, the pianos,
the grand piano.
I just knew before I checked everything, because as I was listening to each song, when I started listening to the songs, I was going through the credits to see who produced this. Oh, this is P2J. Oh, this is Tells. Oh, this is this guy. But immediately I had Pardon, I was like, yo, Stromae made this thing. I don't want to know who is this. And then it came out as So, and I think that's my favorite song on the album. The No Panic, the intro, it's a different intro than we've seen with Burna. It's less introspective and more mashing your head, and it's a banger. I like it.
Yeah, I think the more I think about his approach for this one, because it's very different, like you said, for his intro. The more I think of it, as if he's still building off of the anger of I told them.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
It's pouring into the intro.
It felt like the continuation of I Told Them.
Yeah.
Like after things, he's just calling to mash our head and everything, and I love it. I love this song, and if you follow the old theme of the album, it felt like he was going through therapy, and then for people like us that have done therapy.
So now why you want to traumatize us?
It feels like this is how therapy works. At the beginning, when you go to therapy, obviously you have something wrong with you, and maybe it's the anger, and then you pour it out maybe with no panic and no sign of victim, and then you calm down with By Your Life and Love, and then there's a bit of distraction with the ta-ta-ta and Come Give Me, and then you get a bit proud of yourself, you get a big what's the word? Sorry, English is failing me at this point.
Like
you get a big quirky with yourself, with the come give me and the KBC.
Oh, okay.
And then everything comes down again. You calm down again, and then there's a little outburst in the end, and then you calm down again. I think that's how therapy works, and that was, I think. And I'm not saying because I heard this from anywhere or anything, but I think that was what he was going with, but it did not quite gel well the way I thought it was, because anytime I listen to Pardon and I finish listening to Pardon and I hear that bing of Bondo by Bondo, I just like, what the fuck, man? I literally had to make a playlist of my own and made the arrangement myself, just because I want to, I'm not ready for Bondo by Bondo after Pardon.
I hear that.
Yeah, I would prefer after Pardon, I want to hear Love or Buy You Life or anything. I'll put Bondo by Bondo after Panic when I'm still, in the groove. at the end. But at the end, it's not his best album, but it's far from his worst one. And I think I would leave the position of his worst album to the one he's going to release next, because that's what we are going to be here again, and it's going to be the same, and it's becoming a cycle. Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Magnificent. Love that. Pepe, what's good?
MTN did me bad thing, and you people left me.
Oh shit, lost boy.
I was the first person.
Please put
I
your
was
hand
the
up,
first
man.
person to
Oh yeah,
be
your hand
in
up
this
is here.
space.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was the
sorry
first
now.
person.
Don't cry.
Hey,
Take you talk now.
Jesus. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Pepe.
I'm really looking forward to your submission, Lost Boy.
Slowly morph into Ginger. I love it.
We give God all the glory that we are here today to witness another Monday night of after a Burna album. You know, God preserved us, our lives that are here. Now, before I start, I just want to say that all the Burna fans, all of them, you see them, they will call, they will defend. All these, how do I want to put it? You know, when they used to say, why are you covering, why are you defending, you are defending here, you are defending. This is not what people used to do before, but we are all humans, we will all get there. I just want to say that for the first time in the history, somebody said they are rearranging a Burna Boy album. Even I told them did not have this issue.
We used to do this to Davido albums, right?
Yes, we used to do this to Davido albums. Like,
what happened?
But our signs of weakness.
Lost boy.
I just want to say that
that was a joke, guys. I beg.
Yes, I just want to say that I just don't get this album. The reason why I don't get the album is, see, if you take out the songs, I don't like Tasha, sure. But if you take out the songs, like all the songs, like individually, they are all okay songs. Like some are really, really like great songs, right? But collectively, as an album, it just does not make sense. And Magnificent was telling me about how therapy is, how we all heard Psychodrama by Dave. We all heard how many years ago did Dave release Psychodrama with his whole therapy team?
Oh, Young Denzel by my goat.
Like, please, like, this is not a therapy conversation. This is just the fact that will I say, it's a mixtape at best. Yes, like this is just a
therapy
mixtape
from somebody that did not allow the therapy to go through them.
This is not therapy. That's if Burna allows someone to tell him something. Yes, there's from the first track. Let me now start the first track. From that first track, Burna was just telling us that as long as he has more money than us, we cannot advise him. So all of us that are gathered here on this space, that's what he was just telling us in that first track. I get more money past them. I get everything. You can't advise.
I get money past all of them.
Thank you.
You can't advise him. So even if he hears us, he'll be like, what do you people know?
Rich niggas, man. You gotta love rich niggas.
Yes, sir. If once you are successful, you can't. If poor people tell you anything, you'll be like,
poor people can't say nothing.
They can't say anything. That was for the first track, and I think my own people are saying that their arrangements started, like their arrangements of the album started from the like around the end part. Me, my own arrangement problem started from the beginning. You see that beginning. I was like, oh yeah, you are giving me this energy. Yes, I'm hype. Next thing I'm hearing is wait, let me even go and look at that track list again, because sometimes it's too much.
No sign of weakness goes after no panic.
Next thing I'm hearing is no sign of weakness. After no sign of weakness, which is an okay track to continue off no panic, is not the best track to be placed after no panic, but at least it is an okay track. But for you to have no panic, no sign of weakness, and the next two songs is By Your Life and Love, diabolical. This is just diabolical. I can't even begin to describe you how jarring that sounds in the first four tracks of the album. Now we now have my personal non-favorite, Ta Ta Ta. As someone that listens to Travis Scott since the time of days before rodeo, this place, if people cannot tell me that this is the best thing that Travis Scott and Burna Boy have done in this life. That song, I like it.
Did
I
you
like
listen
the
to
song.
Travis album?
Which one?
Bad Boys
The
too.
last
Wait, Jack Boys that just dropped?
Yeah.
Jack Boys. No. I haven't
Okay.
gotten to listen to it.
When you
But
listen to it, you will appreciate Tatata again. That's just what I'll say.
please, everybody. I don't want to thank you for
Hello.
giving me fair warning, but like I've been listening to because I've done like the Nigerians. Now I'm on the clips, so I was getting to Jack Boys, but then I gave me fair warning. God will help me, sir, in my journey. Now, By Your Life and Love, we now have Tatata. We now have Come Gimme. See, then we now have Them Day. Now, after Them Day, you now have Sweet Love. Tell me why, even if we're not even arranging the album well, tell me why Sweet Love or tell me why Tatata and Them Day are not together, or why By Your Life, Love, and probably Sweet Love are not together, or why Them Day updates and Bundle by Bundle are not together. Like these are low hanging fruits. Like I can't like just group them. They are like thems. Like even just put three of them together. Do you understand? Like it doesn't really take a genius to see this. And I really want to I really want people, when they say like, oh, after the album comes out, they're like, if it's a success, everybody's to come out and say, oh, we worked in the studio. Like, I want everybody to come out and say, oh yeah, who did this thing? Yeah, you people should come and explain. Why did you people say that this is where you're going to put them day? Why do you, like, everybody should come and defend themselves in that everybody that worked on this album in the A&Rs, all of them should just come and like defend their fully units at this point. Now, I feel like the updates and Bundle by Bundle are filler tracks. They are filler tracks. See, I feel the album would have been a better listen if updates, Bundle by Bundle, and Them Day were not even inside this album. I feel like they were the like poisonous fruits because it was like, okay, we are going to put them, but where are we going to put them? Do you understand? Like those were the like they should have just said, oh, they are not on the album, and probably or they would have or they should have said,
Wait.
like,
Why would you say those three songs in particular? Is it because they're all like Bedu or Burna?
Yes, they are the Bedu. See, those are the because number one, once you don't place the Gbedu together, there is a problem. Do you understand? It's just like you are going like if the album had in the
sequence,
a Gbedu, yes, a Gbedu interlude, like in the middle. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Where just give us like three Gbedus like back to back. Like it will feel like easier to swallow. Do you understand? The fufu will be softer.
Mm-hmm.
But when the Gbedu is just interrupting the odd, like
the flow.
It just becomes a Davido effect.
Yeah.
It just this is now. Thank you. This is a Davido problem. Davido will put
that he has recently been fixing up. By the way, I would say in the last two albums, the sequencing hasn't been as bad.
Yeah, so like this is the problem that people have always have with Davido. Like in an album of like 10 tracks, he wants to do like 5 Gbedu, then he will just scatter the Gbedu. Like when they are, this story of how Oduduwa created the world and the chicken was using his feet to scatter the The sand. That's how they used to sprinkle. That's how they used to
Shut up,
sprinkle.
man. This guy, bro. Anyway.
That's how they sprinkle the Bedu across the album. I feel like those ones were the filler tracks
Right.
because they should not be on the album. See, if the album ended with Empty Chairs, Pardon, Change Your Mind, and Born Winner, those 4 tracks run would have been the greatest thing that Burna Boy would have done in 2025, and people wouldn't have a problem. Do you understand?
Yeah.
If you had Empty Chairs, Pardon, the Shaboozey, and the Born Winner, I don't think those 4 tracks to end the album would have been a problem. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But we all know how Them Day came about. So obviously, 6 months, 5 months ago, 3 months, when was the whole incident? The album no, it was more than 3 months ago, but like 4 months, 5 months ago, we obviously know that this particular track should not have been in the album. So for it to be that high at number 7 out of 16 tracks, that's just diabolical. It's not a bad song, though, but just where they are placing all the songs, and I feel like that is the problem. And I just want to point out that for the first time in the history of Burna's album, there is no song on this 16 tracks album that smoothly transitions to the next track. I'm going to lie to you. And people are like, oh, it's because they are different headspace, they are different teams. Transitioning songs is not the hardest.
Oh, you
it's
mean
the hardest thing to do.
I say
but like,
transition between 2 songs, between any
Yes,
2
like
songs on the album.
yes, like where is it on this album where you see like a smooth transition?
I think
between, like,
I think
one
the pairing of Buy You Life and Love isn't bad. At
I
least
don't even think that. I think that for you to give me that answer, that just shows how terrible, like because like I don't even think Buy You Life and Love, the transition was even good. It just
it's
because those
it's
were
the
like,
better of I think it's the best pairing out
Yes.
of any 2 in the
Yeah,
sequence so
but-
far.
but
Or
like-
maybe Change Your Mind and Born Winner as well.
oh
Okay,
yeah, but like that was like the
Yeah,
outro,
that was the outro,
I don't really think like that can. But I just want to also say that Pardon is the like Lema said, putting it in the middle of Updates and Bundle by Bundle was a choice, and it was a terrible choice. Now for the songs that I do like, I love 28 grams. Like I'm adding it to my stoner playlist.
Oh shit.
I love a weed song. I just love Don't Do Cocaine, no. Please don't do cocaine. If not, you'll be tweeting at everybody before you drop album. The I love I actually like Empty Chairs, but Empty Chairs gives me that what is that Pidgin and English vibe? You know that Pidgin and English vibe where people were like, what's going on with the like? But Pidgin and English was like a good mixture, like of the
magic
like,
song.
you know, like
yeah.
yeah, but like Empty Chairs, like I feel like the song existed without Mike Jagger, and they just like added him, like the way Pidgin and English, like where it just feels like, is this thing? Are you sure this is not a sample or something like that? I feel like Mike Jagger, like if they had created a brand new song, I feel like it should have been better.
Okay.
I don't know if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Then when Tad was also saying something about Burna Boy is not serious about the music, Shebi they said he does not write his music. One take, God immediately come out from his mouth like this to the Lord. That's how the divine inspiration used to come. So me, I'm not surprised about if some of the things like do not sound, or no, I'm like not. I'm not surprised like that has worked for him over his career. But I just feel like this particular album, like I get what he was trying to do,
Yeah.
but I just feel like you like quote unquote like you just like you're trying to prove a point, but your bread and butter, like your bread, like the thing that you are known for, like you are not like miss like getting average marks on what you do easily. So like when you now do like something outside or so sorry, when you now try to like make that statement, people are like, yes, we can see your statement, but like their punctuation marks or like their punctuation errors, like it's just evident. Um, I added this album to one nonsense playlist that I did that I put the TML and Last Made album. I put Buju's album inside. I put Good Girl LA inside. And I just want to tell you people that what that's the like so the Good Girl LA last track is before the No Panic. Yeah. So like that's where it is on my scattered playlist. So anytime I end Good Girl LA feeling with a good vibe and I just hear that No Panic, that intro like this, I can't even lie to you. I just go back. Eh? Because that No Panic intro, even though it's a good intro, the beginning part is jarring. Is very, 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 very jarring. Like once you get into the drums and everything, like
Yeah.
it's like you are happy to be there. But before you get there, like if you are not prepared and it catches you unawares,
Yeah.
it's a scary feeling.
Okay.
I just want to also rate my goats, not my like one of my goats, Rema, for inspiring the OGs to do more, even though they can't do as better as they can't do. They try to replicate your greatness, but unfortunately, it wasn't really up to
How
par.
do you think Rema influenced this one?
Okay, so I'm just making a joke, but like
Yeah.
I think that the if you go to his like the way Rema opens up.
Oh right, is it for No Panic, the intro?
Yeah. So now this is why I feel like his is one of the best
Okay,
experimental
Lost Boy, we need to start
albums.
rounding up though. We need to start rounding up because
Yeah. Finally,
Yeah.
I'm just going to bring in the Rema reference.
Yeah.
This is why I think his is the best experimentation album that's in the last minute. Rema did Macham as a Man and Hehehe together. I just want to tell you that if he had not done that and they were scattered on his, it would have been failure. Do you understand?
Right.
Then he now grouped Yayo and Beanie Boys. Can you see the musicality in it? Like, even though it was like an experimentation album, like he grouped like terms together. So like it is that easy. Like nobody is saying you shouldn't do an experimentation album or whatever, but group like terms together. That way, people would feel your like people were able to. It like the journey would be. It would not be a Nigerian road whereby like you are just driving and there are bumps on the road and you're just going back. And that's how the album feels like. It just feels like there are a lot of bumps on the road. That's just how the album feels. So that's all for me.
All right.
The songs that I already liked that he dropped from the singles, like I was not one of the people that was like, oh, the singles are not tapping, because that was not me. I liked Bondo by Bondo. I liked Ta Ta Ta. I loved Sweet Love. So I was like, all the songs I really, really liked before the album came out sounded just as good, and maybe even I would say even better, but they sounded just as good. I left there still liking them. But the newer songs, like I truly can only point to I will point to No Sign of Weakness as like that was a good standout moment for me. I will call the Stromae record as well, and Them Day. I think those were like the ones that I was like, okay, these are of the songs that were just released. These were the ones that I will hold on to. But in terms of the rest of the other songs, like it felt like an opportunity. Like you see the album cover, he's addressing so many, I guess, different parts of himself. You get lovey dovey Burna Boy, you get the braggadocious, you get every bit of it. But it felt like you got every bit of it, and it didn't seem like there was anything particularly tying them together. Like you listen to No Panic, which I don't mind an intro that starts off very, high hitting, very punchy off the beginning. I was like, okay, I'm into No Panic, love the drums and everything. Listen to No Sign of Weakness. I'm like, I love a good rap moment. It was definitely giving this. I was like, who are we beefing with today? But I'm into that. A hip hop moment, I live for it. But then when I get into Buy You Life and Love, and I'm like, okay, all of these are very good sentiments, but after listening to the first two, it feels like a drop of energy. And then in general, I'm just listening to the songs that I just don't know that it moved me in any way. I was just like, oh, okay. Buy Your Life, good sentiments, love, good sentiments, but like I don't know that I will come back and listen to these songs. Like I'm not that interested. And then Ta 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 comes on, and me, I already liked the song before, so that was a good time. Now, when I get into Come Give Me, I can't lie to you people. See that Come Give Me song, and you see that Empty Chair song. I don't know what was going on over there. Like, I don't know what was happening. I don't know who was in the studio especially that Empty Chair song with Mick Jagger. It literally felt like two different songs that they attempted to merge together. Unfortunately, the attempt was not successful. Because I've listened to Mick Jagger, I've listened to Rolling Stones, like I love rock music. But the attempts, like it felt like they were trying to merge Afrobeats and rock, and it just somehow just did not, like he missed it for me. So in general, I don't love the album. Like I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I don't know that I'm going
You
to
don't love
come
it like
back.
you've loved
And
other Burna albums?
no, 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 not at all. Like even something like I told them like when I first listened to the album, I was not in love with it, but it had something that made me want to even go back and listen, and eventually it did grow on me. But this particular album, I don't know that it's going to grow on me. Like there's not very much that feels like it will grow on me. I told
Gotcha.
them that grew on me because there were some moments I was like, okay, maybe I need to go back and listen to this again. But I need to feel as if like there's an incentive for me to go back, and I just don't feel that with this album. There's just so much going on in a way that is not enjoyable for me. If it's enjoyable for you, fine, go ahead, enjoy it. But it's just not an album that I really like. And
Right.
he's a human being, like it happens. All of his projects don't have to be 10 over 10, and that's okay. Like I don't need it to be, but I was not a big fan. That's really the beginning and the end of it.
I think Miss Taiwo is about to go next. Appreciate how concise it was with Miss Pepe. Let's just follow suit as well.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Did you get your vinyl too?
No.
Oh shit.
Punish the stupid national rail.
National what?
Punish them. National rail.
Oh,
Trains were
okay.
delayed, so
Yeah.
I couldn't get there on time. I could only make it for the what's it called? The DJ AG stuff.
Oh, sick. King Cross, eh?
Yeah. Just anyway, sha.
Yeah.
Me, I enjoyed the album. And me, from the onset, I was saying, do not have any expectations in mind, phonic wise, because the reason why I was saying that was because there was not really much of a theme. The sounds everyone will be getting will be different. So anyway, sha, we've come to where we are now. Anyway, me, I love the album.
Nice.
Started with a banger for me. Like I loved the high energy that we came in with. Talk about marching on people's heads. Beautiful. Things we love to see. Second song in. I can't lie. The first time I listened to, well, I wasn't really focused on the lyrics of the song. But the first time I listened to the song, I did not catch all the subs that were inside. But upon listening further, they are like every aspect of that album
Yeah.
is a dig
Yeah, at
Davido.
What's the kind of bulbs open? You just don't see everything else the same anymore.
Yes, because no, actually, from the first part of like the song, I was a bit skeptical about it because at the beginning he had this rap style.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I've heard Burna Boy rapping on songs. This nigga knows how to rap. So like, I was just like, what is this? That
It was very like Young Thug, mumble rappy, like playful.
Yeah, like you were trying to like just drop
of some Playboy Cardi type thing. Yeah.
And then what came to my head after hearing it for the first time at the listening party was this reminds me of Davido's freestyle. I can't remember whose YouTube he was.
It was Tim Westwood.
Yes.
It was Tim Westwood.
Yeah. And like that was the first thing. Like once I heard it, like this was still at the listening party. First time.
Oh, okay. So you think it was a callback to that?
Like I was thinking, like this sounds like Davido's this thing, but I was just like, I don't really know what you're doing here.
That's funny.
But like I listened to the song too, and then I started thinking about it. He's talking about the frog, talking about jump up and leap. I'm sorry, the slumber.
Mm-hmm.
And then you now also start hearing the plan B. And then you hear his own version of them know they hear your Bedu again, just in Yoruba, and saying that they don't play your songs anymore. So like you start to listen and you start listening to everything, and then you listen to the Kanayo line
Sacrifice,
again.
Yep.
And it's like, what do people say when anybody around Davido dies? Yeah, sacrificed him. So yes, every aspect of that song was a dig. And
I was kind of alluding the sacrifice line to that post, that classic post of him and Davido, of him and Wizkid. It's the same reference in that Ginger record where he says, "Me I no be Babalawo, I just be singer."
Yeah, but I think this one, because like the reason why I linked it towards him using people as sacrifice,
yeah, I know it's another troll.
He mentioned 44.
Yeah.
But anyway, me personally, I just want to know what Davido has done to these people because at this point, anyway, on to the next songs.
Please.
Personally, I'm not a fan of Burna Boy Lover Boy, but the songs sounded good. Buy You Life, definitely one of my top songs on the album.
High Life, tells High Life.
Yes, absolutely. I loved it. I think it was even the other day, first two. Yes, I danced to them and I love the vibe of the like slow dancing. So, Buy You Life, Love, I like it, but not one of my top songs on the album. What came after Love? So do you.
What's it called?
Okay, yeah, Ta Ta Ta.
Ta Ta Ta.
Ta Ta Ta. I liked it the first time I heard it. But you know, sometimes I don't like to hear the lyrics of a song because it changes the song for me. And the song is just doing too much for me, but I still love it. So it is no longer like when I heard Ta Ta Ta, I was like, oh my, see, my brain exploded. And then now I'm just like, oh. But I still listen to it and I like it.
What's happening here now?
My favorite thing was on Music Friday chat when Ima was like, oh, so we're going for Love to Ta Ta Ta. I said, my dear, after you love who loves you back, Ta Ta Ta. Now that's how they usually do.
Exactly.
Me, I see the connection in that one. But
no, like the connection is definitely there, but
yeah.
Then Come Give Me. I also liked Come Give Me. I loved it. There was one part where they did a kind of, I can't remember how to put it. I don't even know what the word is for. But it kind of goes tan 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 tan. I love that part of the song.
Wait, on which song?
Come Give Me.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh shit! I was going to say something else about Come Give Me. But yeah, Them Day. Not like I skipped that song. I don't like the narrative around it, so I skipped it. Sweet Love.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just The song is nice. Yeah, I heard it the first time. I didn't have a choice.
Yeah,
But
I hate the narrative, but you guys cannot deny hearing little investment in cryptocurrency is not one
No,
of
no,
the
no.
most catchy rubbish. I was
See,
like,
no, that entire song is so catchy, and it's like I would
I
not
would
have
just catch
heard this
myself
song.
just thinking about it randomly.
No, it's not even that
A
I'll
little
start thinking about
investment
it.
in
It is that I
cryptocurrency.
will start singing it.
it's so
Have I
body
listened to
coded,
this
man.
song? Like this song is so catchy. Whether you listen to it or not, you will still sing it. But well, I can't lie, it's a nice song, but it's not something I would generally play. Sweet Love, also a nice slow jam. 28 grams, love it. Very, very funny thing when you're saying somebody should not do cocaine, but you're just giving a slightly better alternative. Now Kabiesi. That's that song is an absolute gem. It's beautiful. Like from top to bottom. I watched your New Music Friday thingy. And I can't like disagree with practically everything you said about the song. Like you were waiting for a beat drum. This song was perfect. Like the song was just see from the first time I heard it, I was like, this song is beautiful. But I'm also not really surprised about the reaction.
Right.
Because like when I heard the album, I was like, you know what, people are not really going to like these songs, some of these songs, because it's not.
Burna wasn't much of the problem with the song. Well, yeah, he wasn't really much of the problem.
Yeah, no. It's like for me, I was listening for like the beats is what me I hear first anyway.
Yeah.
So like the type of beats, and this is giving like proper EDM, like okay, not proper, but like
No, it's
EDM
pretty
mixed
much,
with yeah. So it's like I'm just like, people will like it, people won't really like it. Like it's going to be like it's either you like it or you don't like it type of thing. Yes, but I absolutely love the song. Like one of probably my top 3 on the album. And now for this one too. Honestly, don't understand. I kind of understand, but I still don't understand, and I don't think I even want to understand why you guys don't like MC chairs. God, like for me, having that, like the Mick Jagger part of it is what actually
propaganda that I will never fall for. You see that song?
that's good for all of you then, but like it's like I was already in love with the song because we had been saying the snippets.
Yeah.
But like hearing the Mick Jagger part at the listening party, that was what made me fall in love with the song more. Like I heard it and I'm like, for the 2 months I was waiting for this album to come out, it was this song I was waiting for the most. And when it came, it did not disappoint again. It did not disappoint me the first time, did not disappoint me the second time, and it has not disappointed me since then. Like, I think part of what I love about the song is I kind of like this thing where it's like there's 2 contrasting parts of a song in one song, and it just I don't know, I just love it.
Very
like,
Kanye-esque in how he experiments.
I don't listen to Kanye, but there are quite a number of songs that I have on my playlist that kind of have this effect, and it's one thing I absolutely love in them.
Gotcha.
When there's a switch in a type of song, and people were saying that it would have been better if it was just at the beginning. But yes, I like it at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. And I think I like the ending part the most because it goes a bit longer. And then the song itself, there's one thing my friend said about this MC Chairs, because she also loves the song. And it's like, she was like, this Burna Boy voice is the best Burna Boy voice. Because he has used different voices to sing to us in this album. Like, from all the previous albums, like, this voice is the one that I like the most. And I think that is also what makes me like that song the most also. It took me this long to decide that was my favorite. That is my favorite song on the album. Updates. I've already loved updates from time since when it released. Still loved it again. Pardon. Can't lie, this song, even though I'm a slow, still song type of person, I wasn't vibing with it so much, but I still liked it, but like it wasn't like top of my list type of thing when I first heard it. And then when I heard it again, I was like, hey, this is good. But still, I wouldn't place it as like top 5 of my songs. Bundle by Bundle, still loved it again. Still, but it sounded cleaner. I think they elevated his vocals for this one because I think the instrumentals were a bit too loud when they first released it. Change Your Mind, the song is good. I think I'll place it like kind of in the middle or maybe like number 5 of my favorites. Then Born Winner, beautiful jam also. But overall, me, I enjoyed the album.
All right.
It has been on replay since it dropped, and I think that's actually all I've listened to since it's dropped. Crazy.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Appreciate you, Miss
God bless you, Miss Taiwo. No, God bless you, because I don't know what they were saying about Come Give Me. And Born Winner is beautiful. Just say you people don't like Mick Jagger.
I will also not be falling for Come Give Me propaganda.
All right.
How can you say we don't like Mick Jagger as well?
Because I mean, I'm not surprised at the reactions because even the songs that you people are picking, you don't like. I already said it from when I heard this. People, they might not really vibe with this one, so not surprised.
All right. I know Dante's been here, of course, but I don't know if you wanted to speak, Dante. You're just hanging. Okay. All right. You're good.
Let me bounce safe.
You're good.
Yeah,
Chibi.
man, I was gonna speak real quick.
Yeah, for sure. Chibi, what are you feeling, man?
No sign of weakness. Where do we start?
First of all, I want to go back to something I think you mentioned one time. The snap. Is it the snap or the Instagram post that you said something about? Yeah, if it's going to really test his love for music. I think I remember like mentioning like maybe a week ago, right, that in the group chat that I think Burna is creatively fatigued. Not even in a bad way or anything. It's like you've had 8 albums out. Like it's not crazy that your creative ability can suffer. Like it's not wild, right?
Or just the law of diminishing returns.
Just the law of diminishing returns. Like I kind of said that as well. Like it's just, if you do a lot of something, it just tends to eventually after a while not be as as good as you did it the first time. Especially when there's not a lot of like new collaborations or input, especially on your own part, right? And like I've heard a lot of people talk about this album, and I'm hearing like Miss Tyra was saying that the production. She was talking about listening to the beats, like KBAC and co. And I'm just like, for Burna, right? A Burna album, what usually sticks out is his vocal like ability and his songwriting. Usually, like those are the things people see. Like he found this amazing pockets on this song, or this song was like amazingly structured, and like that's not what we're getting.
Don't reference me. Me and you to look at beats first. Is there
sorry,
on the
no
third
problem.
listen?
Okay, sorry, no vex. Let me go on real quick. Another thing I was going to say is like the best songs, obviously songs like 28 grams, Love. I think Love is the best song on the tape. But 28 grams, I mean 28 grams an ounce, very interesting play there. And I think obviously Smoke is talking about weed, having fun. That's good. One big criticism I have of this album is like the runs, right? It's like every single Burna album has had like track runs where you go through like a 3-track run or a 4-track run that you can go to. In fact, I know like usually when people drop albums, it's usually something that people say, oh, this run or this part of this album. And this album has no runs. Like there's nowhere that you're gliding, through multiple songs. And it's just like that's every Burna album. I look back on African Giants, like from the beginning when anybody starts, it runs into like, I know there's Gun Body somewhere in that run. There's like it's just so many good songs that have been stacked up together on his tapes. I mean, even on Twice as Tall, the last 3 songs, just gliding. Like I mean, he has that right on this tape. It's nowhere to be found, and it just I kind of struggle with that. And that thing is the theme, right? Every Burna album I've gotten into kind of have a theme. I kind of understand. Even outside that is as obscure as you would see, there was still an idea there in some sense of like, this is this is larger than just your market. This is music that I'm making for like a bigger market or a bigger like a bigger sound beast than you guys can see, Afrofusion or whatever. For Twice as Tall, African Giant, I told them all very evident storylines. Like I get where you're coming from. No sign of weakness. I struggle. Like, and I was looking at it because I listened to it personally before your live stream. And during your live stream, I was, I tried to like see where was this story going. I tried to like see the therapy angle as well, but I just wasn't getting any angle as well. Like, no sign of weakness, but evidently it's like there are questions about your weakness or your strength on the album, and it's just I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me in terms of like the direction. Like I listened to the album and got no direction from it, and I don't. That's not just Burna like in all his albums, even all the way to Life. I would say. Another thing that didn't sit right with me was the mixing and the sound. Like a lot of the singles sounded great. Like I loved like Update is quality, bundle by bundle quality. Like those songs are really good. But I'm listening to even songs like No Sign of Weakness, where you see he's like slurring his words like on purpose, like to create an effect. Like I don't like the vocal delivery. It's not as clear and as textured as Burna usually is. Like usually I listen to a Burna song and like I'll go back to things like Anybody or even songs on Love Damini, and to me I'm hearing him like crystal clear, and like it's like on these ones, the vocal performances of some of them, I'm just like, why is Burna not like giving his top vocal performance that I'm used to like on his records, right? I'm just like, I leave a lot of records thinking this doesn't sound as quality as I know it as it can in terms of like the delivery and just the song structure itself. Um, Other things that I wanted to talk about were songs like Empty Chairs, right?
Yeah.
Burna is like Empty Chairs is a great song. It's one of my favorite of the tapes, but the way they try to fuse that rock infusion into the I don't know, man, it makes the song like it makes people averse. Like you listen to it and your first instinct is that doesn't just like sound well like aligned. Like you can have a rock idea and infuse it into Afrobeats. I'm sure a lot of people have great examples, but that one just did not give a smooth transition. It sounded a bit off. And it was a great song. I love what he did with the flip. And I think my issue with the album is that it's lacking quality overall. Like even when Burna, I don't think there's any Burna album I haven't liked. Even this one, I wouldn't say I don't like it, but even when Burna albums don't connect with me directly, like Twice as Tall was not really like my favorite Burna album. A lot of people love it and say it's their favorite, but on that album, I'll like pull out things like 23, No Fee Vex, like Bank on It. I would like, even the songs at the top way too big. Like there's quality there to hold on to. Whether or not you like certain tracks on the album, they're like songs that I see, like, look at these songs. These are like best in class songs. And on this tape, I don't get a lot of best in class songs. Like I'm just getting, good records or songs that people would see, are good or nice. But overall, it leaves the, like, not a strong feeling, like for me in terms of like, the album. I think, yeah, that's really my problem with it. But generally, it's like home music. I think another reason why this album is probably very criticized is because, Burna is like, he set these standards for himself. If this was an artist who was just, dropping his debut, people would be less critical. But this is someone who the album is no sign of weakness. You've kind of, preached a lot of strength. Your discography speaks for itself. And then this tape now comes off all of that. Obviously, you can kind of understand where the criticism is coming from. So yeah, I think that's my submission on it.
All right. Dope stuff, man. Appreciate you on that one, Chibi. I know you kind of, even when you were talking about Empty Chairs, you were thinking there've been songs that that had like a fusion of rock and Afrobeats or anything on the Afrobeats umbrella sonically. I can't help but think of there's this obviously Rooftop MCs. They've had great moments with rock in general. There's this Twale record is a gospel song where his name is Flo. The song is called Twale, and he has like a Fuji flow on top of like clearly rock production, and it's insane. There's this Larry Lane's record that has Bella and Sheyu vibes. There's this song I have to go back to release it, but I remember that song leaving like a strong mark of a fusion between like Fuji
The only person I can think of
and
right
rock
now
as
is
well.
Moyo's World. I
Moyo's
know that
World too. Yeah, Moyo's World
Yes,
too is hard.
yes, and you can obviously do like there are great examples of doing that, but that one just
Yeah.
like I think even on your live, you said like it sounded like there were two different worlds. Like they tried to just infuse a rock song, like a sample in
Yeah.
between the songs,
Yeah.
instead of as opposed to what are we going to the studio to create in terms of a fusion, like he did on the great song with Shaboozey, and like when he does his actual fusions, like that one was not a fusion, it was just like
Right.
we layered two different sounds above each other, and yeah,
Right.
it didn't create the perfect pie.
Right. I still see what he did to be very daring and like brave to say the least, because he could have had the comfort of just keeping it with the empty chairs portion that we do know, and probably would be a cleaner listen or not as jarring listen. But in terms of the pace, in terms of the like, just, I mean, it still sounds on key, it still sounds like the tempo is still merged. It's just a different overall like atmosphere from the rock elements, for like the electric guitar presence, and Mick Jagger's like classic rock type vocals. Obviously stark differences from a mid-tempo or like Afro swing-ish type Burna bounce. So it's two complete different words, and I think it's quite daring, at least, just to say the least. It's daring that he didn't take the safer route and keeping it that way. But regardless, man, I can definitely see how people are holding back on that one for sure. I've been able to stomach it a lot more than even the first listen for me.
It's one of the best songs on the tape for me. Like I listen to it without a problem, but I can I like even when those parts, like when Mick Jagger's parts come on, I don't particularly enjoy it. Like I understand what you're saying, like it's daring and all that, but a rock infusion can be daring and also quality. Like
for
I don't
sure,
want to
for
call,
sure. Oh,
like,
they've definitely been better
yes.
fusions, of course.
Yes,
like,
exactly. That's my
fusions.
point on that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate it on that one, Chibi. I know is the order is Miss Taiwo or Big Bang. I'm not sure. I think I have Miss Taiwo before
Miss
Big
Taiwo
Bang.
already spoke now.
No. Sorry, not Miss Taiwo. Sorry, I'm missing up my
You're missing.
no, Miss Taiwo. It's Steph, man. Steph, it's been a while. We've not heard from you in a minute. Hope you're good, man.
Hi.
Hello, Garrick. Miss Garrick.
Hi, Miss Steph.
Hello, Ma. Hello.
Hello.
Wow, this is crazy. This has been very interesting. And it really feels good because if I'm not mistaken, this might be the third Burna drop space that like I've had in this particular space. And boy, does this feel like deja vu. God damn. This feels like deja vu, bro. Y'all swore to hell. Love that mini love thing. What's the thing? Love that mini love that mini. Now, here we go. Everybody swore, and here we are again. Okay, maybe down.
I'm screaming. Steph,
Maybe down team. This one shot does not like jigger. It's like, bruh, every Burner drop, I think. We just have very, very similar conversations surrounding like whether or not this is just Burna being a victim of his own success. You know, I think that personally, and as always, y'all know I'm a day one outsider. Like, you know, I don't think I've ever come out here to come and be giving you people. Even if I'm an outsider, I would criticize. You know where I'm going, please. Like,
Right.
y'all know where I'm going, right? The only word I have for all of you is spoiled. As in, spoiled. You people are spoiled as fuck, man. Like, you people forgot about Don Gogo and you got comfortable. You people got comfortable. You said, oh, he gives us concise. Oh, Burna usually gives us, you know, he tells a story. He does this one. Burna is this. Burna has the... Okay, I get it. Like, bruh, like, I really, really do get it. But every single person I've spoken to who has like an issue. And the only thing I will agree with everybody with actually is the arrangement. I don't even hate it, but I'm like, maybe I wouldn't have put this one here. Maybe I wouldn't have put that one there. That one I completely agree with everybody for. In terms of looking for theme, like, which theme are you actually looking for? Like, I'm so confused. Like, the other albums, I get it. Like, it was well, like, curated and everything. Like, oh, this one is about, my feelings. This one is this one is that. Like, this one was very, very much marketed to us as just, like, I've been in the studio. Do you get, like, I've been working on a bunch of different stuff. Like, I think I even just saw an interview where he was like, different people are going to, like, find the one that they like and stuff like that. So I'm just wondering why the conversation is, like, coming back to, like, looking for a theme. Like, I don't really get that part. For the album as a whole, definitely not my favorite one, I think. But I do prefer it to the last one. Personally, I prefer it to I Told Them. That's just my own personal opinion. And another thing is that, again, like, I'm joking when I talk about, like, spoiled, but I mean, joking but not joking. Do you get? And it's also because, when we were in the era of, Twice as Tall, Love Damini, I remember vividly everybody was like, it's too this, like, he put too much this into this because he's aiming for a Grammy, and it's too this, it's too that, he's too, like, like, it was almost like it was a problem how clean it was. Like, it was almost like it was an issue. That's what the conversation was surrounding. Like, he's just, it's so obvious, it's a commercial album, he's trying to do this, I was like, okay, fine. Now that we're on the opposite end of the spectrum, where it's clearly just, like, a bunch of different songs, different genres, different things, with the exception of the arrangement. Yeah, it could have been better, right? But this is literally just a man in a studio basically going, I can do anything. Do you get? Like, he's literally done it all. Do you get? Like, there's very few things that I can be like, okay, I can't imagine, but now, like, a record. Like, do you get? I think this was him really just flaunting his, what's it called? What they call that word? Versatility or whatever. Yeah. Right. So for me, maybe that's why I'm not, like, being overly like I'm not trying to be like, oh, he usually does this, especially, like, that's another thing I don't understand. Everyone is like, we get it, it's an experimentation, but why would it sound like what he usually does if you've agreed that it's an experimentation? Like, I don't really get that part. Because, like, if he's it's okay to be like, oh, like, I didn't like, the result or whatever, but, like, you can't keep going, like, because what he usually does is, like, bruh, we've moved past, like, okay, cool, like, that's what he usually does. Clearly this isn't the direction, like, he intended to go. That's not what he wanted to do. Also, Empty Chairs with the whole
Mick Jagger.
I liked it. I liked it personally. I get why it's jarring, especially for, like, people who may not be familiar with the sound and, like, stuff like that. But I also remember we had this conversation about how he just threw J. Cole onto things. Like, there was no correlation. But I'm like, the man likes what he likes, man. Like, it's so odd. Like, I remember everybody saying they just threw that one there. That one did not even know what he was talking about on the track. Like, bruh, I feel like Burna just, like...
Has that changed? Has that changed, though? Do you believe, like...
What'd you say?
Has that changed for you, though? Like, you still think...
No. I mean, like, I didn't disagree with it. My point is that, like, I think we keep, like, having this conversation as though, like, maybe what came out was not, like, the intention type of thing, right? Like, at the end of the day, I don't know the person that was like, you either get it or you don't, right? And it's fine. Like, there's so many tracks on this album where it just sounds typically Burna. Like, Buy You Life, I love it, but that's just very typically Burna. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of, I don't know, where is Miss Tyro that said she's not like, what's it called, when she heard it? The one with Stromae. Are you okay? Because I heard that track and I needed to play it a couple times because that might be my favorite song on the record. In terms of the intro, I loved it. I wasn't expecting it because we all know how he does his intros. But I loved it. What's it called? I was pleasantly surprised by the Dem Day song. I was worried because I thought like the whole Lambo thing was gonna overshadow, you know what I mean? Like the whole, but like it just really is. Like he mentions it like what, like twice or something. Like it's really like just a good song that he used some like controversy to, you know what I mean? Like just turn into a whole, like it really is a jam. I'm on the same table though, like I don't know if I would necessarily like want to be jam. I feel the same way about it that I feel ashamedly about that Odumodu song where he goes, if you know Soko, if you know like that part. I feel the same way about it. Like I don't like the sentiment, but
it's his most
you know?
Odumodu coded record.
Yeah, do you get like it's one of them ones where it's like, you know, like I don't want to, but it's a jam. Like you get like, so I feel that's the way I feel about that one. What are the other tracks? Love, I really like. However, it was giving very it's not my favorite because it was giving very like catchy last type of energy where like, you know, like that particular like type of chorusy vibe is gonna be what like gets people going, you know what I mean?
Like
so yeah,
like you had kids singing.
Yeah, like all that stuff. Like it's nice, but it's also one of them ones that you just know. Like, especially the line, like it's really nice. I love the sentiments, even how I feel generally. You know, like bro, if you don't love me, I don't love you type of thing. Like exactly, like I get it, but it just felt like it's just one of them ones that just feels too easy. Like you get like it's too easy. Everyone's just gonna hop on that one. I get it. Like it's not really in my top like that. But to list my favorites though, I really love Pardon. I really, 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 really love that song. I love Empty Chairs, 28 grams, of course. Like incredible song. I really, really like that song. I don't know what the hate is about Come Gimme. I personally like it, and I have a very unpopular opinion on that. I think even split the outsiders when I said it, because I said I preferred it to Tested, Approved, and Trusted, but I mean, cut my head. That's people's business.
That is crazy, man.
That's my hella. That's hella unpopular.
Wait, Bella, do you agree with that? Wait.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
She doesn't
Hold
agree with
on,
that,
hold on.
but she
I don't agree that it's
Do you people understand the meaning of unpopular? Can everybody allow me
Yes. No. Of course.
No. He was asking me a question. So I don't agree with the sentiment of it's better than Tested, Approved, Trusted. But I think I made a comment because they've been on my head because I said I like Come Gimme. But I will say that like it reminded me, it played the part in this album that it gave me the same energy I felt when I heard Pull Up the first time. They're not the same song. They're not similar. They're not anything. But it played the same part in this album that Pull Up played in that album for me. That's just my personal opinion.
Disrespect Pull Up, man. But it's okay.
And with regards to that, the song for me that kind of like called back a feeling that I really like was definitely Empty Chairs, because when he was like his verses, I remember feeling the exact same way listening to 23. That's why I'm surprised people don't like it. Like I had the verses specifically.
It was very Twice as so like close.
The second verse is my favorite part.
For sure.
The second verse is my favorite part, but they can't get past Miss Jagger, so they're confused.
The first verse was harder though. Like the whole chord P. I thought that was cool.
Really? Second verse for me. Like I just anyway, honestly, like all the verses were nice. Like it really gave me 23 feelings. Like that's exactly how I felt. Plus I listened to it at midnight, headphones everywhere. Like bruh, like listening to that, it was good. Like I was like, it really gave me what it needed to give me. Overall, it would I don't know if it would be in my top in terms of, I don't know, people that are talking about, bruh, I'm sorry, you're hating on this and when On a Spaceship exists. I mean, like, not that I don't like the album. I like, people can tell my good something. Okay, like, I like On a Spaceship, but I'm just saying.
But it's at the bottom of your burner list.
This album, I'm being all over and this and that. Like, please go back. I think memory is doing something to you people. Please go back to On a Spaceship, okay?
But yeah,
I'm Emmanuel, I'm
Yeah.
still angry nobody has brought up the frog. The frog.
No,
people have
we
Belema.
skipped it intentionally. We
No,
skipped
no,
it
no, no.
intentionally.
I'm not talking again.
No,
This
no,
is
she
why it's
means
good
the
to
sound,
listen.
the croaking
The
sound when she
croaking
says it.
of the
Oh,
frog
right.
in the line. I'm not talking about him saying frog.
Did
I'm
anyone
talking
else
about
hear
the
it?
background. I know, like, I think it was Miss Taiwo. Miss Taiwo said
seen
that
some
when she was
hundreds.
listening,
Yeah.
she heard it. But I
Cool.
need you guys to go back and listen to it. So when, in No Sign of Weakness, when he's saying the frog line, if you listen to the production, you can actually hear frog croaking in the background.
Mad. All right,
That's
man.
kind of how I missed on Roller Coaster. I know everybody's going to tell me I'm just deaf, but I completely missed the roller coaster sounds in that song for a while, man. Like it was one random day I was like, oh shit.
Hello. That's funny.
Oh damn.
That's funny.
I
All
definitely
right.
did not hear that shit because I heard frog and I was like, I actually leaped. I was like, what the fuck?
All right. Appreciate it, Big Bang. Okay. We have Ginger up next, and then VJ. Oh wait, was it VJ?
Ginger?
What?
Ginger? Why Ginger?
It was
VJ, right? It was VJ. Yeah, VJ, and then
Oh, yeah,
just go ahead,
I'm giving you
please. Just
time
go
to
ahead,
talk. You don't
please.
decide. Damn.
Pepe, please, you had your time, please.
This is I had my time.
VJ energy.
VJ, please come forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, and the outsiders in this space, Eshekabiesio.
Yes. Greetings.
I don't need some people. I know some people will still come and jump up and leap. It is understandable. I didn't expect you to come here and do good things. And for people that came and talk about the news after Belema's had a speech, she said some things that was really. I was like, how would you expect a Odogu to want to make an album and you're telling me there's something about the mixing is not? Please, I don't want to hear that thing. That one thing of mixing is not right. Are you a producer? Are you a mixing and mastering engineer? Are you the one that sat down in the studio to mix the song? Please and please, let's respect ourselves.
Wait.
And some people are like, look, Ima, please, it's my time. I
understand. No, but I engage whoever is here. Don't worry. You're fine. You're in good hands.
I don't want to cut my this chain of thought. Let it go like this and let me just end it.
All right, I'll allow it. Let's go.
So I think Belema gave them the foundation to come here and say and talk about are we supposed to be talking about production in 2025 for Burna Boy? Please and please. Now Belema giving her that pass and a nonsense pass. Given her. Because there's no for every album that's dropped this year, let me just first put that one. No production, which they waiting inside No Sign of Weakness. That's number one. And Chibi came here back then in 2023. I heard the same thing from him, the same speech. Pepe back then in 2023, I heard the same speech about I told them. A lot of people, Rasta will come here, Ginger will come here, they will give that same speech as 2023. Some people will come here and tell me he has been creatively exhausted. Same way Chibi has said, I think he needs to go close to Benson, he needs to start smoking with Benson in his Lagos home, understand that kind of thing. And some people are like, most of you are like, the sequencing. And you're about sequencer. And then arrange the album, but she arrange your, you know how to arrange songs on albums. I respect you people, And some people are like, this vocal performance. Please, Ima, please now, let me finish now.
Go ahead.
And some people are like, his vocal performance is not what they are used to. Please and please, you expect me to be sounding the same over and over since 2012. Kima Dumbi 2012. See, you put you don't expect him to be sounding the same way vocally as 2012. That be 2012. Bao le first saw. This is 2025. This is 2025. There is nothing wrong with his vocal performance. If you don't like the vocal performance, go to the ones you like. For people like me now, we go into the new era expecting something different, expecting something new from someone like Burna Boy. Not that we were expecting to come and give us the same bread and the same tea every time, because we know that it is a different experience, a different era, a different milestone, and a different feeling entirely. So that is one. And some people are like, there's no team. Please and please, are you blind? Were you not online? Were you not seeing? You did not see the artwork? You did not see prayer, resilience, love. You know, you did not see it. You did not see it. You just decided to just close your eyes and be like, oh, I don't want to see it. Or you were not following the No Sign of Weakness TV. You decided not to just see it and say, oh, this is the team, or this is where this thing. Or you did not hear him speak when he went to the French TV and talked about how he wants to create the album. You did not hear him speak, saying that, oh, this album just feels like he wants to just do something different. Bring something different together. And yeah, about sequencer. And you know, first of all, inside this album, there's a lot of courses. And there are people the courses are for. It is directed to them. And there's one course he said inside KBS. That's why I still love KBS. He said cocaine. I'm sorry to say that, but it's inside Ima, please, it's inside the song. It was inside the song. This era, finish. Everybody. Now, you know, some people are, you are still stuck on the nostalgia effect. And you want him to keep sounding the same. And thank God he said, you keep talking. People like Rasta, people like Ginger will keep talking. People like Pepe, people like Chubi, people like anybody, they will keep talking because he will still release another album again. And you will come here and you will talk because he will do a different thing. And you'll be like, but boy, why did you do something like this? You're not supposed to do it. You're supposed to arrange this song like this. You're supposed to put this song here. You're supposed to put this song in number 1. Agba Curator, thank you very much. Now, and you know, I was hearing something like maybe what he did on No Sign of Weakness or something like J. Cole. Thanks for me. I've moved on from I Told Them. I'm not in No Sign of Weakness era, so I don't go back to I Told Them. It is not possible. You know, Thanks was a amazing song because I love that song. There was a reason for that song. There's a direction for that. There's a reason for that song, and it's for people that are thumbing their hands down. You understand? It is for them. It is for people like you. You don't need to understand it. It is meant for me to understand. So far that song, I understand the song. I don't expect you to understand it. It is amazing to me. Now, let's dive into the album properly.
Before you start, let me just let y'all know if you're unfamiliar. These are the versions we refer to as the Cause Trouble division of the Outsiders. Okay.
Wait, please. Who's talking? I need to follow this nigga. Who's talking?
Can
I don't see it.
Yes, Vijay Burna.
You don't need to see me. You don't need to see me, please. There's no point in seeing me at this point in time, because most of you have come here and let them want to talk down on a great album that just came out. You know, you come here and let them rubbish a body of work that is so amazing and so beautiful in the eyes of the beholder. Yes, in the eyes of the beholder, it is very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
And talking about this album, I think for me, this is the best album I've heard this year. You can say, he's talking from a Starship side. Please, there's a feeling. I've been excited since even before. The moment he was dropping his singles, I was excited because I knew that Olushi is taking me back to on a spaceship or on something that is just joining everything that he has been experiencing all together, bringing them together and let me just feel it more and more, and just bringing in a different way, experimenting in a different way. You got but please understand me. You understand? Mm-hmm. Now, they started the album crazily with No Panic. There's no time to panic, please, my people. This is No Sign of Weakness. There's no time to panic. Because I have 2 Timbaland. I've promised 1 to Ginger. I will match his head. And no
violence here, bro. No sense of violence here, please.
Please, it is not violence now. It is not inside the song. I go match. I go match time. You did not sing it. Okay, I should not say I will match you. Please, inside the song. That's why I told you that this album I think the way they created this album, the way the songs are being listed, there is a reason. It is deliberate action for people like us to come and come and talk. For people like us, when it started with No Panic, I go match them because you get everything part of anything when I want come here, come talk, and I want young, and I want resume. He has everything. He's there already. So there's nothing you can tell me that will change anything on ground, and maybe that will change the course of how he's going at this point. No Panic was amazing. I think it. Someone was saying one lost fellow was like he's taken from the intestine of Rema. Sorry, please and please. Please and please.
Nah, banta, bro.
Please. In my special, I'm responding to banter now. Can't I respond to banter? Please and please, I'm taking back to what I've heard. So I'm trying to let you know.
Okay.
I'm picking my song one by one.
Okay.
For me now, for example, I don't have a top 5 on this album. I don't have a top 10, or I have a top 16, because every of the 16 tracks is what I mean, and they are properly arranged. The way I want to listen to the album, that is the way the song is arranged. Okay. The way I want to listen to it, and I feel like the from no panic, I was excited. I was like, yes. Don't just even let them. Just don't even tell anybody anything. And I was happy. Then it came with No Sign of Weakness. I wasn't expecting that hip hop feel. You understand? Different feeling. Crazy. And it was, you had to. Belema, I heard that frog part. That was the part I just held on to. Like, hey, thank you very much, my Dolo. Great one. That was amazing. And someone is coming here to tell me the production is this, the production is that. Are you people? What is the meaning of production? What is production? What the kind of okay? Yeah, if the producers no producer, you go to you not go be like Akpala for your. You not go be like Fuji for your year. You not go be like song where they create for inside the uncomputed building. Now, so tells now does not know how to produce. P2J does not know how to produce. Nifkis does not know how to produce. All these producers, they are whack producers. Abi, they don't know how to mix and master. That is that. Now, some people are like, from No Panic. He went to No Sign of Weakness. He was showing us the tempo. He was showing us this. He was showing us that. And my guy said like, No Sign of Weakness. I'm going to buy you life. And he was talking about, Ijoma. It was for every song on this album, there's a message. There's something that you see. There's something that goes to you. You need something there. And if it's not for you, that's why some people come here, no matter what they say, they'll pick 1 or 2 songs. Okay. Now, if Ginger can come here and pick 2 songs, Ima picks 2 songs, Belema picks 2 songs, Pride picks 2 songs, Big Bang picks 2 songs, Pepe did not even pick any song because I don't expect her to pick anything in the first place. You understand? I don't even expect what she did. She said I told them was first and what she did not resonate with I told them. But later when he now grew on her, like Maze, Maze the quick go if water don't pour on top and where. I don't expect No Sign of Weakness to grow on you. No Sign of Weakness is a statement. Okay. It is not meant for everybody. Okay. So if you show VJ yourself, please, man, let me finish now.
No, I know. I have questions for you. Don't worry. I have questions for you.
Hold your question. Yeah. Hold your question. Put it in your left hand. Mine is all left. So for people like that, I don't expect them to to resonate with it. And maybe if it does not grow, find a fertilizer nearby, pour it, and if it still does not grow, take it away from your playlist. Okay. And for Buy You Life, it was amazing story. The reason why I love Buy You Life was, I think that should be high life, kind of high life feel, and it was the storyline was just so deep because from the beginning it was talking about safe journey, Joma, and I don't understand the Igbo. I don't really know the Igbo part. It was because I don't understand Igbo, but I feel like it was a story about you're going into life, you're going to hustle, you're going to make money. Then just be careful because no matter how you be careful, every one of us will still die. We'll buy one day. Then from Buy You Life, it went into love. God damn. Love is just different. Love is amazing. Love is an amazing tune, and I'm surprised people are really resonating with Love, because I was like, this song, it just feels so. It feels so different, when you hear him come again with different things, you just wow yourself and be like, this guy, hey. And from Love, what is love without ta-ta-ta? Someone said it before. Yes, what is love without ta-ta-ta? After you fall in love, you will need some ta-ta-ta in your life. It is important. And if you are ta-ta-taing, would you not call someone to come and give you? Come give me. And on come give me, some people are like, come give me is this and this. You're not resonating. I don't expect you to. It's a sexy song, straight to my sex playlist. And there's a part he said, have you ever climbed on the gorilla baby?
Hey, yes. You get it.
I don't know her height. I don't expect her to climb on the gorilla. It is not possible.
Wait, hold up.
please. It
I
is
mean,
not
that was a
possible.
line. That was a line in the song. He said, "Have you ever ridden a
I know
gorilla?"
it was a lie.
Yes. You don't ride gorilla before. You know what a gorilla be. You know why you can ride gorilla. It is impossible. Who are you, by the way?
Velema, did you hear what he said? I don't think Velema heard what he said. Anyway,
Okay,
move on.
so from Come Gimme, I really love Come Gimme. I think Come Gimme was giving me that kind
Imama,
of
worry, please. It's funny.
I think Come Gimme was giving me that kind of dirty secret feeling. So I was kind of in tune with it. I love Come Gimme. That was why I said I really don't have a bad song on this album. I don't know why, but I really don't have a bad song because it has been. I promise you, I'm not listening to anything.
All right.
Until
VJ.
So from
Before
Come Gimme tune, I'm not.
VJ,
I'm
I know,
almost going 16.
bro.
He's 16,
I
but
just
it
want
feels
to
like
run.
it's 100. So from
bro.
Come Gimme, it went into Them Day. I've been expecting Them Day to be, instant hits
Yeah.
right from time, instant banger right from time, and I love what I love mostly from Them Day was the talking drums, the way the talking drums was just going crazy and everything, Rosary Gaza. So that's that. It was amazing, and Sweet Love, different, another different, genre about genre, I mean genre. How do you call it? Sweet love, reggae, different fuel, different thing entirely. It was amazing.
Okay.
You can't tell me Sweet Love is a bad song. But yeah, but if you see Benny, if you do not like where they put it, use your hand, move it to the front, put it where you want to put it. Ojubelo, shikena. Now, after Sweet Love, what do you love? Sweet Love. He loves weed, and it comes in with 28 grams. And for the fact that I'm a stoner, I love weed so much. We can't do without it. Morning, and he said it in the song, morning, day, night. You can't do without it. But the 28 grams is still not my favorite song on the pecking order. So it's not my favorite song. But I really, really love the song. I love the fact. What I love most about the song is I've been listening to stoner songs, and I don't listen to them advising, people that take colos or cocaine and stuff like that. But for him to come here and say, "Yeah, no go do cocaine, go drive you local." Some people no listen; they take colos. That's some crazy advice, for the people that take colos and cocaine. But for people like that take weed, they're good to go. And after 28 grams, he went on to KBC. I think KBC is the best for me. KBC just comes in like maybe because of just falling in love with this EDM production thing, and KBC was crazy. God, KBC is crazy. I so much love the song.
Sorry, VJ, but I thought you said you don't have a favorite.
Because they are too much.
Okay.
That is it. They're too much favorite song. That's why I can tell you now that Upbeat is my favorite song because Upbeat is crazy. You understand? From KBC went to Empty Chairs, and some people are like, the production does not align with what they want to do and everything. But I need you to know something. Some of you might think you are sitting down on a throne, but it's just an empty chair, eleganza chair. It is not a chair. It is nothing. You will soon fall down. One leg will break. You understand? So it is important that you check yourself, and you might think also that you are sitting down on the gold mine. You go blue, you and your gold mine, I go blue, and I will come off for when I did. It's important for you to know that also. And after empty chairs that he has told you that that lots of them updated you back again that come back. No, back to life, back to reality. And I think the reason, and I listened to BBC Extra, I felt like the reason why he did Upbeat was because I think Upbeat was one of the first songs he recorded on the album. Because he said on BBC Afrobeat, he said when he had another album, created entirely. But when he was on a little vacation, just came back to reality, and just felt like hey, there's no sign for weakness, so there's no time to show anything. I felt like that was the moment he recorded Upbeat, because the moment he came after Empty Chairs, we're like back to life, back to reality. Like, you guys should come back. Let's talk. And Pardon, at first I said it online. I felt I didn't really like Pardon because of one person, which is Stromae, because I never heard of the guy before. I've never heard of the song or anything before. I'm not gonna lie, but after that song, and I came online, I was like, this Pardon is this. I had to go back to Pardon. Is it Pardon? Pride will say it is in French, Pardon, because Stromae is a Belgian or French guy or stuff like that. But I went back to the song, and the song was amazing. And that guy Sabi sing. That Stromae is good. No lie. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's going. And bundle by bundle, unfortunately, a song that some people said it is not a good song at some point in time. It is now sounding nice in the album to them because I think Tells retouched the song kind of, so it's sounding good to their ears again, and I like that it is sounding good. And so nobody's talking about Change Your Mind. So all of a sudden, Change Your Mind is a bad song also on the album. No good song on the album again. And ending it with the Born Winner. I love Born Winner. Perfect outro. Perfect outro to album that's talking about having weakness. Telling the world that you're a blessed soul. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, no matter what Rasta comes to say, no matter what Chibi or Ginger comes to say, I'm a blessed child. I'm a born winner, and I will keep winning.
Okay.
Because winning is the real thing. That is it. And for me, I'm rating the album as of now. It's still on 9/10. Tomorrow it will get to 9.1. Next tomorrow it will get to 9.2. And at the end of the day, it's still getting to 10 because for every of his album to me, it's always an over 10 because there's always a reason, there's always a story, there's always something behind his album. And if you do not understand it, if you do not follow him or understand the story or what he's trying to preach to you, I don't expect you to feel it. I don't expect you to understand the story at all behind the album. It is not for you.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's not for you. You see, for you people, it's for people like because there's song for people like Pepe there. If he does not want to pick it, you should pick it. But people like there are songs for many people on this space. If you want to pick it, pick it. If you don't want it, don't pick it. But
okay.
I just need you to know something. Very soon, the tour will start. And guess what? Burna Boy will be performing in a big stage, big center stage. That's a 360 stage if you don't know about that.
Right.
And I'm waiting to see how the design. I think we've seen the design. We've seen the preview of designing at Wireless, and I think they previewed it at Glastonbury, and we can see it again at Wireless. So I want to see how that stage is going to be designed for the tour. That is it, man. And also on BB, I will dig back to BBC again. He said he wanted to make this album just for in a space whereby he just wants to keep touring and just doesn't really care about anything. But he just felt like for people not to talk and shout like they will shout, but they will still talk because they are meant to talk. They have mouth.
All right, VJ. Appreciate the submission.
So what is your question?
But because of time.
No sign of weakness.
All right, guys.
That is it.
Yes.
I learned that I don't know how to write gorilla. God damn it.
VJ, real quick.
Yes, you don't know. If you know how to write gorilla,
Let's focus. VJ, you've given your submission for the sake of time, Sha. I had a few more questions, but we'll keep it to one. You were talking about
try to create your questions.
Yes. You were talking about Can you let me ask the question? Why are you getting so defensive before even the question has come, bro? What's up?
No.
Let's relax now. We're cool. We're chatting about music that we like here. So
answer that one question.
Okay. So you were talking about the build up to this album, the rollouts that the theme of the album should have been clear to anyone that is paying attention. You mentioned the interviews he has had. You mentioned the No Signs of Weakness TV as well. Mm-hmm. What did the rollout tell you essentially? What did you go into the album expecting as a theme for the album, and did you see it in the album, and how did you see it in the album, if that makes sense?
I went to the album expecting greatness, to be sincere, and that's what every space I went to, my expectation was greatness from the album. I wasn't expecting nothing less, and I'll be sincere with you.
Right. But
you were looking at the question, then die alone.
The theme.
For the theme, I think I've already visioned the theme right from time. I think I caught up with this vision from Update. I caught up with the vision from Update because immediately I heard Update, I was like, bruh, nah, this is crazy. Because Update was mad. There's nothing you want. Update was crazy. The beat, the way, the sampling on Update was what made me nah, definitely this guy is going, in a different way. And from Update. I was feeling okay now from the interview he did at the French when I heard him talk about the album that is coming and what he said on that, I was like, okay, fine, I know where this guy is going to. I know what is in his space, like what is in his head right now. I know what he wants to do. I already knew that already. You understand? So I was going to the album expecting different thing, and when he released Sweet Love, I was like, Update, Sweet Love, bundle by bundle, different things entirely, and Tatata came in again. I was like, bro, this is not something that's that I would expect Burna Boy to just go. And I was like, definitely now I know where you're going, so I know what you're trying to put there. But my own problem when he was dropping them was like, how would every of these songs come together as an album? How would they fit in to be a project, a body of work that I'll be able to listen to and enjoy? And when the album dropped, I was able to enjoy every damn thing on the album.
It's not about enjoying. Like VJ, I understand you enjoy the album. I'm asking, you know how AG, like African Giants, had a narrative behind it, right? It had
going back. My brother, Ima, please, before you land, I'm not going back to African Giants.
No. Listen to my question properly, because I'm trying to reword my question, because I think you didn't necessarily answer it. You know how African Giant has a narrative as an album. It's a statement in his discography, speaking to African Giants, being that he going from the Coachella moment, that he didn't want to be disrespected. Because he is African, he's standing off. Twice a Store, he lost the Grammy, so he's coming back. Twice a Store, he doesn't want to take any. Doesn't want to show defeat in any way, but instead is empowered by it. Love That Mini, reflective on his birthday. I told them he's closing the chapter from life where he has obviously foreshadowed the success he has. But I'm saying, in terms of the narratives, in terms of the story going into the albums, what did this one have? Like, what was the storyline for you with this one? Because you said you kind of saw it, right?
My brother, Ima, calm down now.
Oh, I'm very calm.
The storyline is in the title itself.
Okay.
You don't now put your head and start. Don't strive. Nah, we are not here now to start breaking that. AG add this. Was like no. Now, no sign of weakness is different entirely. It is not coming with a theme like, I'm coming from Coachella time. No. Me as a person in this space, I feel like is in a space in his life like, okay, in this frame of mind now, I'm showing no sign of weakness, and it's breaking out there to everyone out there that in anything you do, show no sign of weakness. And inside, how do you expect someone to create an album that has prayer, love, resilience? Every of the song has what is target, as what it's what's they are being put in their own back. There's one for prayer, there's one for resilience, there's one for partying, there's one for this. So no sign of weakness is no sign of weakness. Show no sign of weakness in anything you do. That is it. Don't try and worry that the thing. And you could from the artwork, and he was able to break it down also much more better that okay, it's self, a therapy time with himself, that him asking himself then what was the question. If it's from the trailer, I said what was the question again. Like he's trying to check himself. He's trying to look and say that there's no sign of weakness here. So that is just direction in his head. There is no room for weakness. There is no time to be thinking of anything. Finish. No sign of weakness. That is it. There's no need for you to know that because it's coming from Coachella, because he's trying to show this the theme of this. Apart from you finding it from the artwork or anything, it's in the title itself. Okay. So, and for it for it to be able to bring about all this whole album from No Panic to Born Winner, which is the outro, he has been able to put everything all together. And he said it is you can't expect him to be doing it is not possible. I don't buy that shit from my dodo. You understand me, please. So when he says no sign of weakness, I don't expect him to start with I've been waiting to I'm not showing no sign of weakness. I don't expect that. It was what I expected I did in No Panic.
Okay.
First is if you
thoroughly, if you've consumed this album, you will realize that Born Winner could easily be the first song on this album, because Born Winner would have set the tone for the album. Right, true or false?
Brother, I can't say true to that because it's
no. Wait. Now I'm going to ask you. Typically, if Burna want to start an album before now, the intro will give you.
Will be more introspective. It's slower. It's yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like an eyes into the album, and the last song on this album kind of started with "Do not show signs of weakness. Don't allow anybody tell you are a failure." That would have been a typical way to start the album, but it went upside down. It gave you what was supposed to be first, and he put it at last.
That's not true.
Wait now, chill, man. I'm trying to say something.
Okay. Go ahead.
If you've ever been to a therapy session, tell me if you've ever spent time with a therapist or a psychologist in a room, and you are going through your emotions, you're going through your feelings. That explains the whole sequencing thing everybody has been screaming about. This album was never supposed to be in order. It was supposed to be everywhere, because that is how therapy works. You go into that room, you are not in control of your emotion, you are saying this here, you are saying that, you are going up, you are going down. That's how therapy works. And if you guys pay attention again, pay attention to the album cover, pay attention to the rollout, you will realize that you've had this question numerous times. What's the theme? The theme is simple. The theme of this album is simple. It is therapy. And if you go into a therapy session, nobody goes into a therapy session having their thoughts in order. Nobody goes into a therapy session and the session goes, oh, this after this, I'm going to talk about this today, I'm going to talk about this today. You go into a therapy session, sometimes you are excited. You come out, you go another day, sometimes you are crying. You go another day, you are anxious. You go another day, it's different emotions, and it's never in order. And that explains the sequencing. If we come here and we pay attention to the minute granular details of this album, we'll realize that the theme is scattered around the album. If this is truly a therapy session and the sequencing, according to what you guys define as sequencing, is in order, then it is counter of what it is counter to what therapy should be. Because you go into
can I say something?
Can I finish my submission, please?
Sorry, real fast.
No, sorry.
I just wanted to say, Emma, I support you.
Okay.
Emma, I support you.
Okay. Wait. Hold up.
Like I see everybody come here and talk about sequencing.
Okay.
The sequencing follows the theme of the album. The theme of the album is therapy, right? You go into therapy session, you're excited today, you are crying tomorrow, you are moodiness tomorrow, you are due, and everything comes together to be the body of work. Nobody is going to arrange your feelings according to order in a proper therapy session.
Okay.
You guys get it.
You might have to help me here with the therapy theme and connect that to some of the songs here, because
exactly. And that's what I was trying to do. Exactly, that's what I was trying to do from the beginning. This guy came into a therapy session with pent-up anger. That has explained everything to you. He came into a therapy section with pent-up anger. His first two songs were somebody that was mad, someone that was angry. Then as the album was going, you could see that, okay, after the first two sessions of his therapy, he went in and it was cool for a bit. Then he was happy. Then it was reflective. And I can tell you a song as it went, from him being angry from the first two songs to him being a little bit sober after the first two sessions, to going to songs like Empty Seat, where it was reflected, to the end of the album where he was now thankful and appreciative of the prayers that has been prayed for him, and how he has is now taking in that, oh, all these things have happened, but I'm grateful for us, and I'm grateful for where I am. And that is why, if you see, the entire album was upside down in a way. Ordinarily, a typical Burna album would have started with the last song of that album.
Right. Okay. So
sorry. So that I did not lose my train of thought.
Yeah.
If you remember in the rollout, there was one of the video that came out where I said, what's the question again? That is a man that is in therapy that probably was angry and talking, and all of a sudden he started doing all sorts of things in between. And that's why you have a different kind of genre of songs in between. Then it was like, oh, sorry, what's the question again? Then it probably now did a song to match that question as the album went down.
Like there are a lot of details in this album that we are missing, and because we are just here to come and pile on Burna, of course it's Burna, we just want to talk, or people just want to talk, they don't understand the concept of storytelling. If you understand the concept of storytelling, you will realize that yes, the entire story is within the album.
Yeah, sorry, Pride. I apologize, Pride, real quick. I just want to engage.
I'm sorry, can someone explain?
Wait, Blip, sorry.
No,
wait,
it's a question.
Please, but this is not the time. You definitely have your time, my bro. Please.
The person is this person explaining like the therapy when I want, because I don't understand in the overall.
Okay, yeah. So I'm about to even ask him further as well, because if there was any album, okay, scratch that. Let me not even come from that angle. A big part of therapy is accountability. It's usually self-reflective, right? And
of course,
it's always about to assess which part you played in it versus like how you coming out of it. And if there is any album that I can point to from Burna's discography and look at and be like, which one feels like it's a Burna therapy session, it's easily Love That Meaning. Easily.
No, it's not what you feel. And that is
wait. And I'm
Love That Meaning was a celebratory album, bro.
What was I told them? Okay, so
okay. I'll tell you.
Listen. Wait. Sorry, Imar. Before that, I'm struggling with this concept that because it's therapy session, it means it has to be all over the place.
Ima, have you been to a therapy session?
I have, unfortunately. I have.
Okay, unfortunately I have. Unfortunately I have as well. And I can tell you for free that the first time I went into a room to discuss anything about me, I went into that room very confrontational. I went into that room very defensive. I went into that room thinking I am right and every other person was wrong. And sometimes sometimes you go into a session and you come out feeling excited. And the next time you go into that same session, like in your head, you feel like the therapist is just collecting your money. That they are not telling you anything.
Okay.
And sometimes you come out of a session and you feel like, okay, yeah, I'm thankful and I'm reflective. And if you listen to that song, Empty Chairs, and that explains why Burna Boy probably removed the chorus of no empty chairs, because that part of that song felt braggadocious. And that was what everybody thought the theme of that song was.
The song is braggadocious.
Wait now. No. The song was not braggadocious. The song was being reflective, talking about how he could have ended up in jail and how things would have happened to him. Because the initial part of the song was that people thought that song was him talking about how he fills up venue and how he fills up everything. No, if you listen to that song properly, it was the most reflective song of the album. Where his journey started from, how this guy is 34 right now, and he could have gotten 70 years in jail as a 19-year-old teenager. If you listen to that song, and the song was very reflective because that was the point, and the song was like strategic. It was like in the middle of the album, because that was when he now realized that, okay, I've been angry, I've been playful, I've done all sort of nonsense. I'm now reflective of what my life would have or could have been if something did not change. And there was an interview he granted some weeks ago where he talked about how it was at the age of 19 that everything changed, because his last birthday, he talked about how everybody was celebrating, but he was thinking about, I was just 19 some days ago, and now I am in my 30s.
Right.
And his life could have been a whole lot different if that judge has given him 70 years as a 19-year-old. We wouldn't have had a Burna. And that was him being in his therapy session, reflective and making a song like Empty Chairs and changing a lot of things to suit the album. Because if he had gone and be like, no empty chairs, it would have been a playful song, a braggadocious song. But rather, he made the song, and if you listen to the part of Jagger, you will realize that he was talking about just being by himself and staying alone.
Like we need to listen to this album.
So it's more reflective. Okay, so it's more. It's
exactly.
This is more reflective than How Bad Could It Be, or Love That Mini, when he's saying how he's not checking up.
You see what you are doing. You see what you are doing.
This is why I see you pass.
No. Listen.
Don't do that, Emma. Pay attention to what the story is telling with this album, and stop saying, is this more reflective than the other song?
I don't think. No. What we're arguing here. What we're arguing here is the direction of the album, bro.
Emma,
I don't think your assessment is quite the case here.
No.
I don't see it.
No, it's because I am beginning to probably a little bit show you what you can hold in your left hand or in your right hand while you listen to the album again. And I'm telling you that this album, the entire team of this album is therapy. And if you listen to this album from the POV of somebody going into a therapy room for a session, the album will make a whole different meaning for you and the way the album was arranged. For Pepe that is laughing or you that is laughing, if you want to take it, take it. If you don't want to take it, that's fine. I really do not care.
No problem.
But the truth is that if you listen to this album from a POV of somebody that went into a therapy session and you try to tie the song with the different form of him, the love, the resilience and everything, and you look at it like nobody goes into a therapy session and everything is in order. Nobody goes into a therapy session and is emotion, and that's it now. I'm not the one creating the album.
I know.
From the album cover, you can see that it was in therapy.
Yes, I see that.
Like from the album cover, you can see it was in therapy. And if somebody is in therapy, and if it's anybody that you tell that has been to therapy or has gone therapy, and you say the person went to therapy, and from day 1 to day 16 of his therapy session, everything was just okay. Today I talked about my emotion. From that emotion, I went to the next emotion. No. You go to a therapy session, it's a scattered feeling, everything is mad upside down, everything is...
So that's justification for the sequencing?
Yes, again, and I was pointing your attention to look at that Born Winner. A typical Burna album will start from
this is
Born
the
Winner,
point I disagree with.
Yes, a typical Burna album will start from Born Winner and end maybe with the song it ended with. But this time around, play the album from track 16 to track 1. Then you'll get that normal order that you always get from a previous Burna album. Like, play it upside down.
A typical...
Because that is how it felt for him. And that was how his session went. It was love today, it was scattered tomorrow. In the middle, it was reflective. At the end, he partied a bit. But after the entire party of bundle by bundle, he went back and it was like, damn, I'm grateful for where I am. Like all the prayers my mom has prayed for me has come to pass. The errands that you guys sent me as Nigerians, I'm doing it and I'm doing it well. Like, listen to the lyrics of that song and see why in a proper therapy session that song can never be the first song on the album.
Okay.
Because it came into that album with pent up anger. And that was what it showed in the first 2 songs. But at the end of the day, he was grateful for what life has brought him, for how far he has come, for the answered prayers of his mom. Because that is how therapy works.
Okay.
You become like there's gratitude at the end of it. And that was that last song.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, man, can I finish my submission?
No,
if you don't mind.
Yes.
Very quickly.
Emma, thank you so much. Yes. I guess in that case, Davido is one hell of a therapist with the way he arranges his album. But I definitely love this conversation about the sequence though. Pride, I don't know if you wanted to
let me just quickly finish my submission. I'm not going to take too long, right?
Yeah.
And the last part which I wanted to say was, I remember I understand someone came to try to clarify whatever they said. I didn't even listen to what the person said, so I didn't even want to listen to it.
Why not?
What I'm saying is not what I'm making out, right? And I think what Emma is saying is not what he made out. If you look at the caption, he's there, head down. He's got a couple of pencils on his pocket. He's got a notepad.
I know the cover art says that. Yes.
Exactly.
We analyzed the cover art before.
Emma, don't look at the cover art. Analyze the cover art, and that's what is being done, right?
Yes.
And then it explains the sequencing as well, right? It is not a linear sequencing. It is a sequencing, right, that goes with the emotion which he wants to create. I'm sorry, some people are getting it like it is not linear, but then those of us like myself can understand it. And I understand if you don't see. That's why I try not to convince anyone.
Gotcha.
I'm trying not to convince anyone. Take it the way you want to take it. And then one thing which I also learned, which I also want to talk about this albums, right, is for me, it's not limited to the listening experience, right? I was very, very excited today to see the merchandise as well, like the tapes, the CD, the vinyl. I wanted to see what the artwork for the T-shirts would look like. I had a quick chat with him today, and I told him, like, listen, your album, I can see.
You had a quick chat with who?
Yeah, with Burna today, and I was like, I can see that your album took you through emotions, and he just said, that's it, right? And I had a quick chat with Ronami as well, and I was like, Ronnie, I'm really
so sorry. The fact that you said that is it was so Burna, but okay.
Yeah, he just said that's it, and then I had a quick chat with Ronnie, and I was like, Ronnie, I'm really keen to see how you're gonna do this, and it's like, yes, I'm a bit excited, but I'm a bit scared. Which makes me look at the creative aspect of it, as in, this is a guy who every album, he doesn't always give us just the listening experience, the merchandise as well, the design, the stage design. I'm looking forward to the touring. All we're having here is just a conversation on the listening experience. But then there are other facets and other aspects of the album which I'm very, very excited to witness. I mean, it's going on tour like immediately on Wednesday. I mean, we'll be in Forum as well. After that, I mean, there's Birmingham, and then there is a lot coming up, which I'm excited to see. Like, what is the stage going to look like? What is the design going to look like? All that.
That's always going to be good. Yeah, that's always going to be good.
Those are the kind of things I'm looking forward to. I know this album is very, very polarizing, and I can understand why it's polarizing. From my personal perspective, if Burna gave me no sign of weakness, looked anywhere close to African Giant and the rest, I would have been pissed. I like and I love this direction because I can understand where he's going to. And the reason is simply because the guys who I think are taking the music to where we have to take it, as in bringing it fresh, which for me, Rema, I can see Burna is doing it now. I'm hoping that Ashake is going to come with something like this. I think this is the kind of shift which you need. And for me, I see someone who's got balls to do it. He could stay comfortable. If Burna wants to be comfortable, he will be comfortable. But I think that he wanted to do something. That's why I told him today, like, I know you've gone through emotions. It's like, that is it. I like when an artist is able to be at that space where they can do the things which they creatively want to do without bothering about how we are going to say they've moved from age. Like, this is what they want to do. And I reference it again. 1 year into his anniversary, Rema came and people were saying he was ranting. He wasn't ranting. He was just telling people, like, I knew what I was doing. And you can see only after 1 year, after you've seen, there are people who like he is only because of the way he told the album. People thought like it was crazy music. People were saying, oh, it's Illuminati, all kind of bullshit. But then where people were able to see what he was doing on stage, the lighting, the artwork and everything,
of course,
it came together.
The universe building,
it came together. So I'm not really bothered about what people think about this album. But then those who are enjoying it, I'm happy that they enjoy it.
Yeah.
Time will tell. But then I'm excited about the journey, touring and all that which is coming up, so that's great for me.
All right, appreciate you, man. Real quick, man, we have quite a limited amount of time, and I know we've spent some generous amount of time with some speakers, but I have my guy Billy. I don't know if he is able to speak now. Billy, please open your mic.
What's good, man?
Thank you. All right, man.
I don't hear in a long time, man. No, smart.
Yes, bro, you've been patient. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no wahala. So I'm going to just piggyback what a few people have said across time. You understand? So first things first, shout out to Miss Steffi Miss Steph, Abby.
Yeah, Miss Garrett.
No sign of weakness.
for accepting and agreeing that On the Spaceship is Burna Boy's worst album.
I did not.
So that is just
in case my goat is here with a Burna account. I know what I said. Okay, just hear me.
So basically that's just for the lighter note. But yeah. So somebody was saying something about the project being a therapy session and tying many. See, I get it. We all try to, add some meaning here and there, make it wider than life, and PC. Shout out to you for that. I get it. I'm a fan, and I've been a fan since 2011. Been there, done that. Shout out. But the truth about this album is, like it or not, the creative direction has not been precise from the jump. So let's fast forward. Let's take it back to Glastonbury, where they officially kickstarted the No Sign of Weakness run. It started off when they unveiled the Burna Boy Saloon stage. You know the drill. He started off with the cowboy aesthetic. He started looking the part, dressing the part. And that's what we thought we were on. Then fast forward to updates. They changed the whole thing. They changed the whole thing to a Soul Train.
Soul Train,
aesthetic.
No Sign of, yeah.
His stage changed from the cowboy aesthetic to the Soul Train aesthetic. You get?
Mm-hmm.
Then, okay, we see it. Then, shortly, the couple of the No Sign of Weakness rollouts things they started putting out started having like Japanese fonts and things. You understand? Now we are lost. Wagwan, is this a karate themed P or what? You understand? And then we go forward again, and then we start the listening parties. And the listening party is being done in a boxing ring. Still confused. What's going on? Then we go back to Coachella yesterday. We bring back the cowboy aesthetic. Beautiful. The album drops. Now we are bringing therapy session based on the album cover. Now, not to say that all these things are invalid, but guess what? It doesn't piece together nicely. And this is the first Burna Boy album in a long time that is happening that way. And it is not because the creative directors are bad or they are not doing their job. But why? The music leads the creative. If the music is not giving the creative a clear message, a clear picture, a clear idea, there's only so much the creative can do. You understand? If the message that Burna Boy that I know, that I have followed since 2011, he's very clear with his message. I've watched every interview that has to do with No Sign of Weakness. The story no clear. The idea is not clear. He's just having a good time and making the music. And it just so happens
you don't say person way I get the clear for therapy. It's not clear. Everything is scattered.
So
Exactly. Is that not what the album now did?
Wait. This is a very interesting angle, man. But
That's exactly what the album did too.
Please. Sorry, Emma, we've heard this angle. We've heard this angle.
This whole therapy thing, please, just because you can see it does not mean the rest of us have to. If that's what you see.
No, let's leave it for Billy.
On therapy.
Yes, sorry.
No, I'm not disputing that there's a therapy angle to it. Shout out. But I have painted you the universe from the jump. This is me following it from the very start. You understand? So this is not me coming out here like somebody that doesn't know what to say. Brother, I'm a bigger Burna fan than 99% of people on this space, I assure you. So I'll tell you piece by piece. But now, that's not what I'm here to do. Now, if you tell me that it is a therapy session, what is Bundle by Bundle doing when somebody is finally getting reflection in his life? Change Your Mind is a love song. Update. What is Update doing?
So in your own life, everything is happening.
All right, guys. We can't do this. Like, if somebody is actually speaking, if you disagree, we'll open the floor for you to disagree. Like, I can't do with too much interruptions, guys. Let him finish his point, please. Yes, go ahead, Billy. Billy, you can unmute, man. Unmute your mic first, I beg.
Okay. My bad. So what I'm saying is, granted that, yes, everybody has an idea of what they think, what is what. But one thing is that if we are not being blind, biased, or whatever, you can see it. from the jump, I just painted you a whole rollout, how the rollout went. And you can see the inconsistencies in the general idea. Now, it is not saying that they are not doing a good job or anybody is doing a bad job. I'm saying the music speaks to the creative. You understand?
Yeah.
And now the creative is not able to give you a concise idea or creative direction because the music doesn't give you that. You understand?
Yeah.
The music doesn't give you that. Now, we talk about somebody saying therapy session. I just gave you the last couple tracks on the project. Based on what you were saying, you said he started off angry, then he ended up reflective. Brother, you said after this thing, what did they call it?
Because every other thing happens in between. There's a top and there's a bottom. First and last is how therapy works. First session, last session.
Wait. No, yes, no. Wait. He's just referring, bro. Yes.
Now, I'm saying, look at the record like bundle by bundle. What is he doing there? I'm just trying to tell you that as much as you genuinely believe that that is the idea, you have to look at it precisely. Now, you said on the normal Burna Boy album, it will start off, the last album is what will start the album manifest. He usually starts his album solemn, ends them solemn. You understand? So
yeah, exactly.
that is not the case with this project. You understand? That's not the case with this project. Personally, I feel like the start of the album is great. You understand? It fits the profile, it fits the idea, everything is great. But what I'm trying to say is, in general, this project as it is, let us just take it for what it is. Burna Boy going about his life, he has done it all, and he's just trying to do something else than what he did before. He doesn't have to have a grand idea. There's no grand idea, I assure you. There's no grand idea. So all this painting. If there was a grand idea, we would know from the jump.
It's a bit glaring. Burna doesn't hide it.
Those guys have showed working one too many times for us to be guessing. All this guesswork, it's not like that.
Bro,
Love that means clear. I told them clear. African Giant clear. Outside clear. It goes on and on and on. You understand?
Yeah.
So let's just take the album for what it is.
All right, appreciate it, Billy. On that note, I just want to open the floor to either Miss Garrick or Ima to respond.
I've already opened my mic, so just wait first. Real quick, I feel like this is kind of contradictory. How can you say because you saw Cowboy in the beginning, you're now confused as if Cowboy No did the album? I'm so lost. Like literally everything you said that was done is literally in there. Like the point you're making is that it was all over the place, and then you now came back and said it's obvious that he's just like having fun and all of that. Literally everything he's been saying. Like it's like you don't know where you want to be. Like do you understand? It's like he didn't have a direction, something, which is what he told you. Like, is everybody actually like paying attention to what's going on?
What I'm saying is that all this idea everybody's trying to tie in, create a grand
I don't know about the therapy. That's what I'm talking about. Therapy is not what I'm talking about. I'm saying that he was very, very clear.
Okay, hold on, Billy. Let her finish her point.
No, let me just finish. I'm not even talking about the therapy. That one, that's for Ima. And I love it because for the sake of TL banter, trust me, you go see me retweet up, die, right? But
no, but Miss Garrick, that's not.
No. Like, do you get? But that's not what I'm talking about. Like, you understand? Like, I love his angle, but that one is like stanship. Love that shit. Like, do you get? I love that. But in terms of the actual rollout, what he's saying he saw is literally what the album was. Is why I'm confused as to why he's saying that there wasn't some. Like he literally was all over. He did this, he did that, he jumped on this, jumped on that, and then in the album did all of it.
So that's the point. There's no
that's what Billy's saying. It's like
there's no grand
idea.
Like he's
because that's what he told us now. So I don't.
Okay, wait. What did Burna actually say though?
One grand idea here. There is no grand idea.
Yeah, Emma, can I ask Billy a question?
Okay.
Can I ask Billy a question?
For sure.
Billy, you said that the whole thing has been disjointed, as in he started with a cowboy theme. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, so did you see that to mean the album was gonna be a cowboy album?
No, I'm saying
No,
if it was now.
it's just a yes or
let me
no.
give you like a case study.
No. Just hold on. I'm going somewhere.
He's trying
Just
to
1
answer
second,
your
right?
question, though.
Yes, yeah. No, just 1 second, right?
Okay.
When Burna Boy dropped the cowboy theme, right? It was not album directed, it was song directed because
It was
the
album
song
directed.
Let me finish
It
now,
was
bro.
album
Let
directed. Is that what he
me
told you?
finish.
Okay.
Let me finish now, bro. Let me finish. You can just come in, right? We're just having an intellectual conversation, right?
Yeah,
Maybe if you look at my perspective, just give me a bit of benefit of doubt and look at it from my angle. You might see it and you might not see it. What you said about the cowboy theme is strictly the song with Shaboozey. Have you seen the video? It's clean and clear. The next thing you talk. Let me finish. Let me just say the next one. The next one is what you talked about. Soul Train. Soul Train is about update. I don't know why you're trying to use cowboy to be. It's about it's directed. You can look at the
Pride. That's not his point.
Billy wants 7 songs that are Soul Train.
Pride. No.
Or 15 songs that are cowboy team.
Please, Big Billy. Can you please reference I Told Them rollout? Maybe or any other album rollout from Burna.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to give you a case study.
Yeah, and please use Burna as a case study because he's a very good case study.
Yes, let's go back to an album like Love Damini. What was Spoiled. Love Damini? Love Damini was a simple story. This album is about the roller coaster of my emotions on my birthday, reflecting about my life up until this point that I have gotten to. The whole songs on the album give you that. And what is the general theme of the project? A fun fair. You understand? A fun fair. Then we go to I Told Them. I Told Them is more hip hop. I Told Them is brash. You can see it in the hip hop magazines. You can see it in the outfit he was dressed.
Every music video you saw it in the Timbs. Like there was a universe, guys. There was a universe. There was a world that
I'm honestly not trying to jump in.
Yeah, no. Listen,
that is what Pride talked about earlier. This is not linear. This other thing you've been mentioning. No, this other thing.
Okay, I think we're going in circles. We're about to end, guys.
I'm sorry.
Because you guys are purposely refusing to see the point.
No, nobody's refusing to see.
Honestly, you are.
You are stuck on your linear way of thinking that this is the way it should be and it must be this way. I'm sorry, I'm not being.
Listen,
and if I am, I apologize.
We are having conversation here, so allow me to speak. You are. When you spoke, I had nothing to say. I waited my turn. You get, so just relax. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is that I'm not saying this mode of operation is bad or it's not good or they didn't do it well. That is not the point. I'm trying to say here we are trying to build castles, grand ideas, what, therapy, story. I'm saying relax. If they were trying to tell us a specific thing, we would know from the jump. From the beginning of the rollout, everything has been different, has been scattered, has been different pieces apart. Which means that is what the music gave them. The music influences the creative. That's what I'm saying. The creative is that way because the music is that way. There is no grand idea. It is pretty much simple. It is just him at a point in his life trying to do different shit. That is about it.
Right.
You understand?
I think
is it only me or is this guy basically saying so he followed the rollout?
Just to conclude the conversation because we're out of time. I think people clearly see the observation that both arguments are being made. It's just that people are just having different conclusions from it. And that's what it is. Sorry, man.
Emmanuel, real fast. So sorry.
Oh my gosh. Fly Rasta, please.
Yes, Fly Rasta is going to go ahead, but I just want to say that one thing that we have established at the end of the day is that you don't have to agree with everybody.
Yeah, man, we don't have to.
So if you genuinely believe it have to do with therapy, good. If you genuinely believe it don't have to do with therapy, also good. Whatever your heart tells you, you go with that.
All right, all right. Fly Rasta, real quick.
We're going to move to Fly Rasta because
please.
we are low on time.
Yeah.
Lovely people. Thank you.
All right,
Yeah,
fire us
yeah,
up,
thank
bro.
you. Shout out to you guys. Of course, you guys be on time when you guys allow.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Sorry,
Come on,
bro.
it's not that serious, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys, man. Shout out everyone, you know.
Yeah.
And I didn't even had that much bad rep. I kept hearing people saying Rasta this. I don't know why.
I don't know.
Of not liking Burna. I'm like, really?
I mean,
that's crazy. But you know, so funny. So the thing is funny enough, you know, and I think even like the Burna supporters, I don't think they appreciate the music, the album enough. I think a lot of times they're not even listening to it how they should listen to it. I think they are so involved with this danceship that I don't think they're even doing justice to what the stuff is, because I think this album is wonderful musically. Now the thing is, and I think a lot of people are conflicting two things, and I think I agree with a couple of the sides. And I'm saying, like, talking about the music itself, I think the arrangement, everything was splendid. And I'm shocked people do not even like understand the fact that the album was like a really, really dope ass album. Like the song, like, because, and I think, and it's the same thing that happened with Ace, you know. So I'll show you, I was talking about Rema, because it was the same thing I said about Rema's album. And niggas thought I was crazy. Because I think a lot of us do not want to admit it, you know. I think a lot of Nigerians do not know how to listen to albums. And I don't blame them, because I think the artists themselves do not know how to make a lot of good albums. So a lot of times because people go to albums expecting something. And that's why even the Burna Boy fans are saying Burna Boy starts an album like this, because they're still even going to new music with the old garbage. Old baggage, not garbage, old baggage. You know, because they're saying it starts like this. No, because the thing is, I didn't like any of the singles. I like our singles when they all dropped, you know. But then I understood the what they meant in the album, because it was more like a body of work. I think this is the type of album that should have been dropped without a single, without any singles, because I think it would have done it more justice. So people can just maybe dropping it like that will make people just want to now get interested, because I think dropping the singles was trying to push people to different directions, and I think that's where I agree with people, because I think sonically, like, the music and the arrangement and everything was proper. Like, I think the A&R of the album was top notch. I think that's 100, because I think it takes you through, like, even from, because Sweet Love, I had Sweet Love as a single. I mean, I'm a reggae head. I listen to reggae dance, all of them things.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, it's normal, you know, it's normal Sweet Love, you know. But once I heard it in the album and the next song, and now everything, you know, was able, and even the song before that, I think, even the Them Day song, I think that's the Lamborghini song or something, you know, because you have some Afrobeat, and the Afrobeat Lagbaja, you know, that Lagbaja Afrobeat, you know, so you have some, you know, so for it to go from that Afrobeat or high life or that kind of, you know, Afrobeat indigenous sound to the Caribbean reggae, you know, and I know, I think there were sequences that made it, like, was really, 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 really dope, you know. So I think sonically, I think everything was really proper, you know. And I think the beginning, I think it started out well. And I think the issue is that I think the rollout was one of the most terrible rollouts I've ever seen, ever. The rollout of the album, you know. Right. I think musically, I think it's talking about, but I think the rollout is what was the problem. And I think the people that handled the rollout didn't even properly understand the album, or maybe some of the songs came in late or something, or maybe the arrangement was done like last minute, or I don't understand. Because I think, and that's why I can kind of get to understand the therapy angle, because I think they should have moved with the therapy angle. And I think in hindsight, looking back, I think there was probably a time I was trying to maybe highlight that. And I think that was the time I was trying to kick someone on stage, and they kept talking about some, you know, and I think that's why I agree with that fake deep, talking about, oh, he's traumatized, or he has some this, blah, 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 because someone ran up to him on stage and blah, blah, you know. I think maybe they're trying to highlight some mental issues or something, maybe to just try and tie into the therapy thing, you know. But I think they didn't do enough justice to the therapy angle, which I think would have been a different, because it would have tied to something like saying no sign of weakness. You know, you've been able, especially as men, you know, you've been able to express yourself, and have therapy is actually, you know, a sign of weakness, you know. So I think there were different things that could have been played on with that album name and with the way the songs were arranged. And I think it wasn't done, Justice was not done with that. I think it was trying to focus too much on the beef and, you know, trying to be, you know, toxic or love. You know, I think it was trying to do everything of the album, you know. And also, I think even with the way the album started, with that beef kind of, with the disses, you know, I think it also ties in with what is happening right now, because I think we are in the diss territory, you know, with the hip hop game and with the UK and the US. And so I think right now, you know, beef is really, really lucrative. So I think it's perfect timing with that, you know. So I think the album is good musically, you know. I think the rollout was not necessarily that good, you know. So I think I'll give it like, you know, 7.5 or 8/10.
Okay.
So I think it's nice musically, yeah. So
everybody pray this night, oh God, for answer. I'm just saying.
All right. All right.
Please,
Appreciate
can you
it.
get
Fine,
Dari
stop.
on, please, Emma?
Real quick, we're about to round up and we're doing our last submission, please. Deji, bro, I'm so happy you're here, bro. Because you were here before, but I think you kind of dropped
I had
off.
to go off. I had to go off.
But yeah, man.
I hope I jumped in just a bit. I wish I got like the parts that seemed like there was a lot of heated conversation.
It got very heated.
I'm sad. but
yeah, man, real quick. Yeah.
As far as the album goes, I think it definitely upsets expectation 1000%. Not that it was bad or anything, but over the course of Burna's career, we've kind of like built this idea. Even I had a video I was speaking about like his sequencing formula. We kind of built an idea for how we think his albums tend to go. You know, they're usually singular in their theme. They follow a specific narrative. And with this, he definitely sets out with the intention to like flip that expectation. Because I was looking at the liner notes for the album, and he said, which is one of the things that I actually wanted to highlight. He said, I was trying to make something that I haven't made before, in a sense that I'm trying to do the opposites of everything I've ever done, in a good way. I just feel like right now I'm big enough to do it. I'm big enough to enjoy it now. I just do everything that I would want to listen to if it wasn't me. And to be honest with you, that comes across. It comes across because, I mean, when I was listening to the album initially, I was listening to 28 grams, and I was like, yo, this nigga is past this now. What are we doing out here? However, when I extricated all this like extra stuff that I had latched onto it just based on who I thought Burna was, I'm like, he's having fun. Like, it was clear. Like that song is damn near like Smoke Some Weed from back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, and as far as like thematically, that is the part where it kind of falls a little flat, because I don't know who it was that was saying. The person who was speaking before me said he was doing a lot, like he was doing everything. As such, because he didn't have that singular narrowed in focus, when things would get tacked onto it in the midst of like having fun and all these other things, it felt hollow. So like the thing at the end, for example, the outro, where that pastor-like figure is talking about like, oh, you have to believe in yourself and da 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 da. But on the other flip side of it is like he's throwing pot shots at everybody. He's throwing pot shots at people on Twitter. He's throwing pot shots at Davido. He's throwing pot shots at Speed Darlington. And I think there was even a part of the album where kind of like the conscience of the album was revealed. It was on no signs of weakness here, where there's like this deep voice that says weakness does not need permission to take over your life. It only needs space. And every time you choose comfort over challenge, every time you choose avoidance over action, you're giving weakness exactly what it needs to stay in control. So that's what I thought the singular focus of the album would be, right? It's like it would be centered on that. But in line with what he was saying about wanting to try different things, it now became clearer that, okay, like this guy was actually having fun, but as a subplot, no signs of weakness. Like, I don't think I'm for easy pickings for anybody. Like, bro, he threw so many shots on this album. And I mean, it's consistent with Burna that like, he doesn't really let stuff slide necessarily, but bro, every gripe was addressed, man. Everything that was in the public sphere, he touched on every last thing, down to the empty chairs, down to even back to like his old courtship back in the day about like being in the court by himself and nobody's around him, taking shots at Sophia for the Lambo, like bro, everybody.
The Speed Darlington situation in No Panic, talking about kidnapping.
Bro, that shit killed me. I was talking about something with Ines, and I'm like, he's so hilarious because he's literally saying, I'm not saying I did.
I don't say I did it.
I did it. This is how I'll do it.
This is how I do it. Deji, do you know what this reminded me of? It reminded me of when Drake.
I'm sure.
When Drake said, the Drake situation. I know, yes, there was racism too, but in very recent times, when Drake said, well, if I was out here dating girls, I would be in jail or something.
Exactly.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it was, it was
exactly.
crazy.
So I think it's for me, and this is definitely not the theme that he was seeking out, but it really feels to a large degree like a king who is drunk on wine. Like he's drunk on wine. It's just he's drunk on the power. He's drunk on everything. I'd say valid viewpoint, to be quite honest with you. I don't think everything needs to be so strict in the way that we view it. I think it kind of like has forced me, because with Burna, he would always be the guy that I would fall on as like, oh, he's going to show you niggas how to craft an album, because everybody else would kind of like do pastiches and just join everything together. But he's like, I feel like doing that too, and you guys will accept it. Having said that though, I still think there was like underlying like connective tissue amongst a lot of this stuff. But I will say that he definitely like allowed himself breathe this go around. And to be honest, I think it's probably to be expected because I constantly talk about how like he's at the stage of his career where like he's at the height of his powers, and pretty much everything that comes at this stage for most artists, especially an artist who tours as much as Burna, is fodder to keep the machine running. You know, it's just, I need to keep selling merch. I need to keep selling out tour dates. I need to keep doing stuff. So I've kind of given up on him being like a guy that like necessarily pushes the envelope or does something extremely like, you know, avant-garde or like really inspiring in a music sense. And I'll tend to think of it in a performance sense. I think that's where he naturally now gets his like, that's where he goes and he goes back in the lab and is like, okay, we can actually flip these arrangements and me and my MD can come up with something that niggas haven't seen before. Because as far as that's concerned, he's still the pioneer. You know, like even though I look at Ashake and I look at Rema and I look at all these niggas, I was watching him do like a stripped down version of that like, I don't know if it was like a medley of like a bunch of his songs, right? I'm like, yo, this nigga still has it on a performance level, man. He can pull this out anytime that he wants to, and I'm excited to see what he does with this project. But I definitely know, like, on my first listen, I was listening like, I'm not sure. And even for like empty chairs, I wish I was here for the empty chairs conversation. Because I was confused. I was very confused. I'm like, yo, there's something about this that just feels very disjointed and sonically dissonant. And even when I was I'm going to end on this. And with Sweet Love as well, I hope somebody gets to ask him why he felt the need to have like that rustic mixing on Sweet Love, as well as even like the technical differences between how he sounded and how Mick Jagger sounded, because he sounded like very updated and from the 2020s, like sounds like 2025 Afrobeats, and Mick Jagger's bit sounded literally plucked out of like the 70s.
Vintage,
I thought it was a sample initially. On
exactly. It's still not a sample.
Same here.
So that was the thing, was that I remember on Emmanuel's stream he was saying, "Oh, it must be a sample."
It feels like it was cut out of something he has.
It's actually
performed.
Not a sample.
It's not. And that's
to drop another version of that song.
Yeah.
It's such a curious. I don't hate it though. Like, trust me. Like, I've come to see the brilliance now because I think like there's something to it where it just is so jarred. And I feel like I've had this conversation a bunch of times. Like, I would much rather be jarred than be indifferent.
Yeah, for sure.
Lots of you people are really seeing this genius.
Sure.
So maybe one day I'll see it.
I can never be convinced.
People cannot make me see anything. Sweet Love, I was already on. I was on the love train from the beginning. But you see, that's empty chairs. I am not convinced.
Sorry, I wanted to make sure.
As if Mick Jagger recorded it on WhatsApp and sent it to him, and he just said, "Let me not add it to my part."
Please stop it.
I think the thing that pissed me off with empty chairs the most is the fact that they removed the main emotional trigger. That is the main emotional trigger of the record. The hook. That is it.
That part was stripped away.
So for them to sacrifice that part for Mick Jagger is what pisses me off.
I mean, you know what? Here's what I will say, and I wanted to, before I even say anything, Deji, are you done?
One more thing. Additional thing. One thing that I really loved was the three-part metaphor that he used for empty chairs. I thought that was brilliant, and I think for me, that's like the saving grace of that song, regardless of how I feel about the song.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep. Before we close out, I just wanted to make, I think, a three-part observation. First of all, you people too, when you manage to see Naomi Campbell and she happens to introduce you to Mick Jagger, and he says, "Oh yes, let us do a song together," you two do not come up with your own song and remove a part to put a legend like him in your own song. Don't do it. Valid. Don't do it. Just say, I don't have the song for you yet. I'll be back in a month, in next year. And then by next year...
Sorry. Just
no.
It's not even that he would die.
Sorry. I just mean like biological.
Okay, hold on.
No, we get it, but please.
But also, next year, he might not know you, man. So, like, he might not have your time anymore. So, all I'm saying is that when you make your own song and they introduce you to Mick Jagger, don't take out something from your own song.
Okay.
Don't find somewhere to sneak him in. That's my first point. My second point is that I think we're going to keep getting this level moving forward. And what I mean by this level is that sometimes we need to understand that artists need to have fun too. And you've gotten the I'm looking for a Grammy Burna. You've gotten the very like structured blah blah blah. This is what I'm putting together, Burna. And I think for everybody that has been talking about what is the theme, what is the cover, what is he trying to say, back and forth. If you've watched every single interview, even if you think the rollout was trash and whatever, if you've watched every single interview he's done in the past week to 2 weeks, one thing that has been clear in every single one of them, in this project, he just wanted to have fun. And damn, sue the nigga for wanting to have fun. I don't know what's wrong with y'all, but
I don't know.
He's not even trying to have fun. No, it's a serious album. You guys are disrespecting the album saying trying to have fun. What does that mean? Like, okay, I don't understand what you guys mean. It's trying to have fun. No, it's a serious album. As in, you guys are. This is no.
This was not.
No, I'm saying. No, just saying it like that's the narrative that we are saying.
Real quick.
Reflecting what he has said now. That's all.
I said this is what he said in the interview. Do not argue with me. Go and argue with BBC.
Okay.
I take God beg you. Do not go back and forth.
No, because he's always having fun. No, Belima, I'm not going back and forth.
This is not back and forth conversation. This is go and talk to BBC conversation. And the last thing I want to say is that I think we are very much in a chicken and an egg situation as per which one came first. I think we are in a situation where artists do a disservice to themselves when they don't have a clear, structured message for people to share and say, this is what I am doing, this is what I want you to take out of this. But I also think that when they put those clear, structured message, this has only one interpretation, stories in the quote-unquote deep fake, best of the deep fakes out there, when they put those things together,
deep fakes.
They are fake deep. Yeah. There, you get it. So they do a disservice to themselves when they don't do that. But I fear they also do a disservice to their fans when they get very specific, because we have already established that we are in a low attention, falling IQ kind of timeline where people cannot read anything that's longer than a page. If it's longer than an Instagram caption, I'm not reading all that. If it's a 3-minute TikTok, I'm not watching all that. Give me condensed information. And so I fear that when artists do that by being very specific, they feed into dumbing down their fan base. But when they don't do it, they somehow end up in situations like this. So I don't know what the perfect middle ground is. I think, like, if I looked at that cover of that album, like, off the top, without even, like, paying attention and realizing the people in the background had his face, I'll just think, oh, he's at an interview or in a therapy session or something. So it's not a wild guess for people to say, oh, this is tied to therapy, or people to say this is him showing his no sign of weakness, is showing he can do everything, he can make any type of music. I think there were a lot of messages to take out of it, and maybe he messed up by not giving the people a specific one to focus on. But also, why do you people need something for specific to focus on? Either you like the music or you don't like the music. That's the end of it. Guys, those are my three things.
We've come to an end, but yes, there's a lot that could have been peeled back from what you just said, Feliva, to be honest. But we don't have time, and we already have our producer in the back already killing us for going over time because it's gonna be chaotic to edit. But I appreciate everyone that's able to have the discussion about Burna Boy's album. I think we're not able to get to any other topic tonight, which we can obviously foresee. But I'm glad that we had the conversation regardless, as robust as we could. Appreciate you, Deji. Appreciate Fly Rasta, Guy Billy, Miss Jarek, man, and everyone and the listeners as well, and anyone that got a chance to speak. Be on the lookout for a more, I guess, sanitized version of today's recording on Wednesday.
Don't remove the gorilla riding beat.
We are not removing that for sure.
Thank you.
Everybody at the next drop, when you all swear that this one at least had him. It's okay.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. We out. Peace.